Means I
well,
need
no.
to mute this guy.
Now we're live. Okay.
You have to click the final button.
Yes. There's always another button.
Mhm.
So, hello, everybody who is in the chat and is not in the chat in the call. We're live, as you can see, doing the Alchemy bench. So, joining us today, it's the Patreon. It would have been second Sunday last week, but I was visiting my parents for Mother's Day. So, over here joining us, we have Jonathan
Hello.
and Yo
Hello.
and Isaiah
How's it going?
and Phoenix
Hi.
and Illy.
Hi.
So I promised that I was going to geek out. And what I'm going to geek out about today, you guys in the call are going to have, trouble following me because the stuff that I'm showing to the show, you're not going to see for another 30 seconds. But it's the Indus Valley civilization. One of the podcasts I listen to has been talking about this, ancient Bronze Age civilization, and I learned stuff about it, and I thought it was really, really cool.
Thomas are in the chat.
What's that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, Tom.
Hi.
I showed up earlier than normal. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry. Probably won't happen again.
So I wanted to share the stuff about this civilization because I thought it was really, really super duper cool. We don't know what they were called, or what language they spoke, because although they appear to have had a written text of some kind, a script, we have been unable to decipher it. You can see here on these bits of artwork stamped seals. They loved stamps. You can see these regular symbols, along the top of the stamp, and they show up, on different stamps. They repeat various symbols, and but we haven't been able to decipher it, so we don't know if it's like a full written language or if it's more simple symbols that would have later developed into a language or something like that.
Okay, so that's Harappan.
Yep, this is the Harappan.
Okay.
Civilization of the Indus Valley. We call it Harappan because of the nearby city of Harappa. As you can see, they produced some really just gorgeous artwork here. Here's a stamp with just the symbols. Here's a stamp with an ox or a cow. Here's one with an elephant. Here's two more with cattle. And of course, what is now very recently become unfortunate. Here's a swastika. Solar symbol, that's popular all around the world, that only very recently got ruined by fascists.
I thought the swastika by the fascists was called the Hoitzenkreuz or something.
Hakenkreuz.
Hakenkreuz, yeah.
But that's just the German for that symbol.
Yeah.
It means the same thing.
Yeah. And they produced, absolutely beautiful artwork. Like you can see the statue here, bearded man. There's a lady. Here's some gorgeous artwork and script put into pottery. See more pottery down here. I mean, just really, really beautiful stuff. They also produced these major public works. Let's see, where's the first one? Let's see, we have granary. We have here, a washroom with a drainage. They had drainage systems. So one of the most advanced sanitation systems in the world, bringing fresh water into their cities and taking waste out of their cities in different channels. And something else. This picture shows it really well. They had a uniform system of weights and measures that was spread across the whole civilization. Hey.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Julie.
As you can see, the results of what they were able to do there is that these bricks that they've made they look like something that we would make today, all uniform size and shape and so on. It's just really remarkable stuff. Let's see, here we have a public reservoir so that everybody could get water. see further down. Ooh, here's their weights. Not quite cubes, but standardized weights. And that's right. Oops, I didn't want to open that. Up at the top here we have a public bathhouse, which again shows how very, very regular everything was. The regular sized bricks and so on. And in the background we see a site of public worship up on a hill.
It was aliens.
Well, obviously. There's actually a picture one at the bottom.
Unless it is white people doing it, then it's aliens.
Yes.
Yes. That
So
makes
it was
sense.
a phenomenal civilization that unfortunately we just don't know very much about. But for all the stuff I've talked about, there is one thing I haven't mentioned. I wonder if any of you have caught the lack, the thing that we expect in civilizations that I haven't mentioned here.
Besides writing.
Besides writing, well, they might have had some sort.
Well,
of
I mean,
Yeah.
I guess we can identify as.
Yeah.
Because I
I mean,
guess,
the sort of thing, the stuff that you expect to find in a mature civilization that's building massive public works and, coming up with a uniform system of weights and measures. And I mean, they had urban planning. The houses were the streets were all laid out and things like that. This wasn't like London where it looks like, somebody threw spaghetti down on paper. It didn't grow organically that way. These cities were planned.
Hierarchies.
Hierarchies. You are the best anarchist in the stream today, Tom.
Governments.
I have a background in archaeology. I had a head start. I knew about these guys before.
Okay, that'll do it. They apparently lacked political hierarchies. There's no evidence. There's no palaces. There's no monuments to great leaders or anything like that. That's not to say they didn't have any hierarchy. They might have had smaller local hierarchy, but it was a very flattened hierarchy if there was any. So I mean, what we're looking at is essentially ancient communism.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's what I said, aliens.
Ancient communists.
It's
Why
definitely
are you
alien
not
to
there, David?
It's definitely alien to everyone else who again conditioned to believe that liberal democracy is the best thing to organize society. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So next time, some liberal or fascist challenges you to name, a successful communist civilization, just go ahead and point them at the ancient Harappans. Because unlike all the modern examples, they weren't crushed by barbarian capitalist hordes. Instead, it was just climate change that dried up the region and made it impossible to sustain a large-scale society.
Yeah, it's always a bit iffy for me to make that kind of.
I know I'm overstating.
Based on it's basically only archaeology that we have. I say only, but with my background in archaeology, I think that's pretty good. But we had, for the the Maya, we thought the Maya were peaceful scientists for the longest time, and then we found out they cut people's hearts out a lot.
They were conquerors.
No, not the Maya. You're thinking of the Aztecs.
Yep.
Oh,
Aztecs came from outside. The Maya were more indigenous. But all
fuck.
What's that?
That's metal as fuck.
What's that? Cutting people's hearts out?
Unless you're the person having their heart cutting out like a virgin.
Actually, I'm pretty sure they used
Yeah.
obsidian knives for the cutting. So
Yes. Yeah.
They used what?
Forged stone, not metal.
Obsidian.
So it's not metal.
Shut up, John.
Like a virgin touched for the very first time.
By
my God.
obsidian knives. Obsidian actually is sharper than steel, so it's probably
Also-
less
Without
painful.
going to
Also, on that note, we could also go with the Weird Al like a surgeon for the exact same procedure,
Yep.
just from the other end.
We're not talking about songs now, y'all.
Oh,
Without going as far back as ancient civilizations, I'm pretty sure about every single indigenous culture around the world has some form of communism.
Well,
Communists.
No,
Sorry, I
that-
can't let that go.
I've always thought like once we start going into like outer space, like things like that, won't we have like communism then? Because they won't be a government. It'll just be, I mean, won't.
Well, how are we going to?
we might end up with space feudalism.
Why do we keep talking about space? Why can't we just try to fix the planet we live on as much as we can?
Well, yeah, that's the thing about
because he's fucked now.
Because it's not profitable.
For now.
Yeah, we need a planet B.
If it's fucked or not. It's like, yes, things are kind of fucked. What are we gonna do about it?
And that's the thing that I think of, like a lot of like people that like are fans of Star Trek that believe that like, well, we just need the replicators and then we can have communism. And by my argument is, fuck no, we can do communism now.
Who's gonna run those replicators though? That's the question. Who's gonna be in charge of the replicators? That's the question.
Okay, but who has to be in charge of replicators?
Everyone.
I guess someone has to.
Why? Why does
it go? I don't know.
Someone has to do it, or it doesn't get done.
Because it okay. So on Friday, I asked the question, and this is about is the internet is that going to put us on a path to socialism
on Friday?
On Steve Shives to Ask Away.
Oh,
I stopped watching those. I feel bad.
Yeah, I stopped too, but I don't feel bad. I love Steve. I don't love his audience
because because I thought
we live in the same state.
Because I was just saying, because people are making their money on Twitch and all that stuff now. It's like not all of their money, but like it's starting to like trend that way, and it's like it's like, is that the future? Because when people say like socialism has always been like a byword for something different that older people don't like. So I think so. Okay, go ahead.
In the U.S.
In the U.S., socialism, communism.
Actually, you're forbidden to use that word, Americans.
Correct. Unless we can prove that we can actually know what those words mean. Socialism, workers owning and controlling the means of production. Communism is from each according to the ability and to each according to the need. And society-wise,
it's a horizontal society, basically. Communism is stateless and classless society.
And moneyless. I always add moneyless because a social society, I would say, is a stateless and classless society, but there can still be money in socialism. While I see in communism, no, we get rid of money.
I don't think it was.
Eventually, it's possible. I don't know, though.
It wasn't defined that way, Jonathan, but yes, okay.
I define communist society that way. But go ahead, Phoenix. You were about to say.
I only just, when I first moved out of my parents' house, like last month, I realized just how many things cost money, and it's just like, it's ridiculous. Like the most expensive thing I pay for in my house right now is cable and internet, because I basically spend most of my time at home, and the internet, the Xfinity is the best there is. So it's good and strong. It's good, and I can watch my murder shows on demand, which is lovely. I ended up canceling like a few things. Like I canceled my subscription to Netflix because I barely used it anyway. And I had a package that had Hulu and Disney Plus, so I just kept that. But yeah, it's like, and my SSI still doesn't come through. And I'm just like, it really sucks to be disabled in this country. Well, it sucks to be disabled everywhere, especially here.
Speaking for someone who has autism, duh.
I have autism. I have major depressive disorder, generalized anxiety. I have chronic pain that's so bad I can't walk.
Let's not start.
Can't walk
there because we're all a bunch of cripples and spoonies, and we're going to stay here all night.
It's just the jobs. It's just the jobs for me just suck in this country.
Yeah, definitely.
Or like the jobs I want, like I'm really into airplanes and stuff, but like, why can I work at a fucking museum, but I gotta clean fucking toilets? Get the fuck out of here.
And people are just like, people ask me like, Phoenix, why can't you do a call center job from home? I'm just like, bitch, I don't like interacting with the public.
Fair enough. I worked at a gas station for 4 years.
I like the public.
Okay. So I worked at a gas station and then have someone yell at you for the gas prices because I had to deal with that.
I love the public.
True.
It's Karens I hate.
Yes, exactly.
That's all you deal with as a customer service person.
Oh yes, and they'll use your position and the fact that you have to be smiling and be polite as a way to kind of like, some of them already know that, but some of them just do it automatically. Some they use that ability to abuse you essentially.
Yes,
Yeah.
chat is confirming what I was saying. Bunch of cripples and spoonies. I love you, babes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
I love
cowboys.
all you.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard the term spoonies before. What's
Oh,
that
it's
specifically?
an umbrella term for all people who need spoons. Do you know the spoon theory?
You mean like applesauce?
No.
Oh,
No.
Rice
Spoon theory
pudding,
is
come on.
like you have if you're like a disabled or chronically ill person, you have a certain amount of energy.
Well,
to
neurotypical too.
Yeah, that's true. You have a certain amount of energy in the day, and when we use spoons to represent that. Like, say you start the day off with 12 spoons. If you have to like walk your dog, that takes away a spoon. If you have 2 dogs, maybe it takes away 2. Taking a shower might take away a spoon. Going to work, might take
Or
away, like,
12.
3. And
Mhm.
if you drive, your
Mhm.
commute might take away.
Making yourself breakfast as opposed
Yes.
to, just some automatic thing. So you have to marshal your energy, save your resources.
Exactly.
And some days you'll have-
it's an energy unit for neuroatypicals and
I've never heard of this.
neurodivergent. I
Mhm.
should say,
The spoon factor.
and disabled folks.
Um,
So
I-
it's an umbrella term to say spoonie.
Yeah, that's what everyone uses. Taffy Wolves has come up with another term of matches because, well, she, like I, are revolutionists and we use matches to light up freedom potions. But also, think about it this way, because like if you after you use the matches, you use it up. You can't use it anymore. And so if you run out of matches, there you go. If you use matches, you use it up. So, but spoons theory, everyone uses it. So it's just like you can use them interchangeably as well.
Yes, it's
yeah, but
better
then-
as in more people will understand what the fuck you're saying.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Match theory, though, somebody has to make the matches, and you could possibly become addicted to matches, and then have the match mafia control the match economy. Spoons last a long time. You can reuse them every day.
And that ties into like David Graeber's argument is that like we don't really make things much anymore or don't have to, because like we make a glass, but then that's it. Do you need a glass maker to make dozens more? No, you take that one glass and rewash it. We wash them and clean them.
Except when you're disabled, you can't wash
Yeah.
it. It's better to have more glasses.
Yeah.
So
Well, thank God I have a dishwasher.
It's good. It's going
Yeah.
to be difficult to add. In general, I mean, it's difficult to adapt our way of thinking to how other people live. And I know able people have a big difficulty imagining how we live. Hence the plastic straw debacle.
Yeah.
Like when people didn't even believe people who said they needed straw that you can't reuse. What's the name?
Disposable, yeah.
Disposable. Thank you.
Paper
And
straws too.
they didn't really understand that if we make those things in plastic, like the catheters and stuff like that, that are disposable too, it's not for the laws. And hi, Jamie, I'm gay too. And it's not just to pollute for the kicks of it. I mean,
Yeah.
And
Paper straws really suck, though.
What?
Paper straws really suck.
The paper
Yeah, they
straws are
literally-
not adapted to
They literally
a
turn to
lot of the need.
sludge in your mouth while you're drinking.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
I don't know. I grew
What
up on
about-
paper straws, and somehow I survived. It's you kids today. God damn it! You're all
Okay,
so used to
boomer.
these.
I don't think you have. Oh, you were joking. I thought you were putting a boomer on us, and I was like, what?
No, I actually was a little bit, because we did have paper straws, and they survived. They worked. I drank a
I'm
lot
pretty
of
sure a
malted
lot of
milks in
people
them.
with Tourette's or other epilepsy didn't survive. Because you can
they-
swallow those fucking paper straws and you can choke on them.
The one
I'm
thing
pretty sure a lot
Okay.
of disabled people didn't survive the paper straws.
Oh,
the,
that
the
that
one
could be.
the one thing paper straws can't do is they can't go into hot coffee.
Oh, yeah.
and some
That's
people
true.
might need straws for coffee.
Or
I-
soup.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
I
we have already seen articles about people who died because of metal
Yeah.
straws because
Mhm.
they didn't
Yeah.
have access anymore to plastic straws. Metal straws are super dangerous for people who have seizures.
What about
Oh
people?
yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
can imagine.
Yeah.
What about just drink it out of the cup?
You can't when we're talking about severely disabled people, babe.
So
there,
okay, all
there,
right.
there are some cafes, for instance, where they give you this big bathtub of a coffee cup that you can't lift without it shaking everywhere, and that's where I need a straw, for instance.
I personally
Because-
don't need a straw to drink, but
Yeah, it's like, and some people actually
not
just need
about me.
straws to drink.
Oh,
Yeah.
Groundhog says paper straws are also very bad at bending. That's a good.
Mhm.
Yeah,
They don't bend at all.
yeah.
No.
And also Isaiah,
Yes.
there are a couple of disabled YouTubers who are pretty big who have videos about the importance of plastic straws. Annie Elaney and Jessica, God, I always forget her last name.
Oh, Fox. I have the link. I could send you, Isaiah, if you want.
Okay.
I'm in love with her, and I can't never remember her name. Let me. She's in my.
the redhead from the UK.
Yeah.
Also,
I
plastic waste
got
from
you.
plastic
I'm
straws
coming.
is a
Jessica,
significantly insignificant portion of the plastic waste.
Jessica
Yes.
Kellgren Fossard.
Yeah.
Oh yes, yes. She's
Judy,
cool.
her wife is a lucky woman.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She's very gay and very disabled and very, very cool. And
Mhm.
right now, her and their wife are very, very pregnant.
Aw.
Yes.
And yeah, I just put the link into like her channel into the chat.
Speaking of baboos, Archie came back into the room, but he decided he wants to sleep on his bed, and I can kind of show him. Here he is.
Yes, please.
Here he is. You see him?
Kitty.
Yes, in the
Aw.
cat bed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, I was late, so I couldn't say welcome back, Felix. We missed you.
Oh, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I
Yeah.
came back. I get so lonely, like, because there's not a lot of people to talk to, and yeah, my neighbors mostly stay inside. I understand, because of COVID. I was pleasantly surprised when I went to the grocery store. When I went to Aldi and Target this morning to get groceries, everyone was wearing a mask. I'm just like, this is a pleasant surprise. I'm very glad to see this.
Yes.
Yeah, I was too. I was wearing a mask too. It was.
We're getting another kitty. We're getting Sasha. No, Sasha doesn't want to be held, but we're going to get a shot of Sasha. There we go.
Tasha never wants to be held. Anyway.
Anybody has
Sasha
any
is not
advice to
coming.
stop a cat from jumping on counters and the stove?
You can't. It's a cat. You
Uh,
don't be the boss of him.
I
Context.
usually just keep pots and pans on the stove out along the edge, and the cat doesn't jump up, because
Good
I
idea.
had this I had the same problem.
Yeah.
For real, you can put
cling
some.
wrap or tape in the places where
yes,
they
you can
generally
put
jump
double,
on. do the trick as
double-sided
well.
tape on
Yeah.
the edge of your
Yeah.
counters.
Yeah. I was thinking
Their
just-
paws are going to touch it once, and they will decide that no, it's gross.
yeah, it's just like I know he likes to be up there. He likes to see me and be at eye level, but like his little butthole gets
It's a
all over
cat.
the counters. It's
It's a
disgusting.
cat. That's what they do. They show
I-
you their butt all day long.
I think
Actually, somebody did a study on that. Does your cat's butthole actually touch stuff? And on smooth surfaces like a counter, no, it doesn't. But
Okay.
on basically covers, carpets, things like that, that can.
Oh, because he was on my my heated blanket.
Mhm.
It's made of worms, so we had to sit.
Oh, yeah. Kitties love heated blankets.
Um.
I'm writing a song for film school.
Oh, that's cool.
Let's see if I can't find my friends here. Second.
Can I marry you and come in your country, Groundhog?
No, yeah, Groundhog 2010 is from New Zealand, which is still like Yeah, because
Much better country.
well, yes, in a lot of ways, and they dealt with their COVID-19 outbreak much.
I mean, Australia
Oh,
too, but I
incredibly
don't
good.
know
Well,
that I
no.
would go live in Australia. But
A lot of the
Uh,
murder
New
show,
Zealand-
New Zealand,
a lot
I
of the
would.
murder show cases take place in Australia. I think one of them took place in New Zealand, and that was a case from like the 50s. The murder show I'm talking about is Deadly Women. It's great.
I don't like murder shows. Well,
N-
like true
New Zealand
murder
has
thing, it scares me. I like
New
the
Zealand
fake
has
thing,
Maori.
but
Maori and Hakas.
I think the main thing that interests me about them nowadays is like, oh my god, kitty!
They got a whole arm full of kitties. Two of them.
oh, you
Kitties.
have new kitties?
They're so handsome.
You have new kitties, Joe?
Say something, Joe.
Joe, say something with the kitties on your.
We can't hear you. Thank you.
I think the kitty paused his microphone. Yes.
Say something, I'm giving up on you. Sorry.
Honestly, we don't need to hear Joe. We just need to see the cats.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
but that's how we see the cats, though.
Yeah. Some of the users have it as.
Oh,
like,
I see.
Yeah. And plus, like that way, once like someone's talking like Joe with the cat and a kitty in his arm, and then like kitty is big onto the screen as well.
I was say that was Rumbles and Pokey. They don't want to be on the internet.
They just want to be on the keyboard.
Are those
they
new
knocked.
kitties, Joe?
Yep.
Oh,
We got them about a month ago. They
Oh,
they
cool.
knocked my thing free, and in the time that it took to plug it in, they're already across the room.
Yeah, so Isaiah asked earlier if why do people don't drink from the cup? Did you get why they can't sometimes?
I guess because the cup is too hard to reach for, and people.
Yeah,
could
or too
drop it,
heavy, or
Or people have tremors,
no arms sometimes.
So-
no arms. Yeah.
Or their hands
And
are shaped
everyone
poorly
deserves
for it, or their hand
autonomy.
shakes,
Mm-hmm.
or they have difficulty opening their jaw that far. There is so many possibilities. For why
Yeah,
you
the
can't
most
use a
people
cup.
who use straws apparently are people who have Tourette syndrome because of the tics.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or cerebral palsies and like their hands like are shaking,
Yeah.
or Parkinson's. Yeah.
Or many palsies, or
New Zealand historically hasn't done very well. I'm French, babe. New Zealand has done very well.
It's
Oh,
all
Yeah.
you're
And
talking
I'm
about
American. We've done
pandemics.
far
Okay.
worse.
okay. Well, yeah. The American how they handle pandemics, yeah. But the Groundhog saying is historically New Zealand hasn't done that well in terms of pandemics.
I live in
mean,
America, but I don't
I'll-
consider it a we. It's never been a we.
My country had the plague, so I'm
Yeah,
not
I
going
see
to
some. I
comment on
see.
that.
I see forcing open Samoa and raise you plague blankets.
I don't think any of the American countries, like throughout the entirety of North and South America, did a great job.
Canada.
Colonized
No,
land.
not really.
Historically,
really.
Canada sucked too. Let's be
No.
honest.
That's colonized land. too.
Pandemics historically were not handled well, but there's a reason for that. Historically, we didn't have a lot of means to fight diseases.
Oh, I thought we were just
Nowadays-
talking about the current pandemic. I didn't know we were talking about all
we're
pandemics.
talking about historically. Nowadays, there's no excuses. Honestly, my country, for instance, has handled it very poorly, which is why we're still on lockdown,
Yeah.
and we're
And
still
you're-
struggling to be vaccinated.
Yeah.
I am high priority for vaccination, and I don't have a spot open in my region for now, so
Oh,
I'm
man,
just going
that's
to
ridiculous.
wait.
We're
I think some of the governors here are like going to pay people $1 million to get vaccinated.
well, they're
No,
setting
they're
up
not.
lotteries. Yes, they
Yeah.
are. They're setting up lottery, like $5 million worth of lottery. I think
What?
$5
Yes.
million prize, $1 million prizes in a lottery for people to encourage people to get vaccinated. Yes, that's true.
I
Yeah,
got
and there's
vaccinated on Tuesday.
there's-
I got ripped off.
It's America.
And
Yeah.
in some states where they have
Why do your country always manage to suck more than others, even
where they
when
have a
others
bad
suck really bad?
Because
I'm
it's
black
our
and disabled, don't ask
freedom.
me.
Yes,
I'm
you're
just
trying
figured
hard.
out.
Yeah, it's freedom. We have freedom, and most human beings are stupid.
We
And
have
so
freedom
we have
to
stupid.
suck.
Yeah, we have
Most
freedom
human
to
beings
suck
are not
stupidly.
stupid. Most human beings go on what they know.
Yeah, and some people,
And-
and a lot of them are indoctrinated or conditioned, or just like been either happen to be
Yeah,
or chose to be
propaganda
in a
worked
bubble.
very well in your country.
Exactly.
It's like you're gonna get the autism with the vaccine, or you're gonna get the microchip.
Yeah, that's not
mark with
just
the
in your
bees.
country.
Yeah.
Like,
Every time I get a
Which is very
vaccine or
offensive because I do have autism. That's very
it's like
offensive.
I already
Yes.
have autism. What's the big deal?
yeah,
Get
last
Am I just
time I
double
had my
autism.
boosters, I told my doctor that when she shot me, I told her autism intensifies.
Yeah, or it's
And
like I
She
become
was kind of sad for me, I think.
I become self-aware and initiate attack against my enemy. Stupid people.
Stupid is as stupid does, sir.
If you get the Terminator reference I just did there.
I made a reference too, because I didn't get yours.
Okay.
Hmm.
What was yours about?
Stupid is as stupid does.
Yeah, Forrest
Gump.
Gump. I
That
didn't
movie-
get
that
yours,
movie had like half a
Isaiah,
billion
because
dollars.
you're speaking fast today.
I was
And
surprised
I don't
no one
understand.
made the Rain Man reference. I,
I-
was
I-
like,
I-
I want to
no.
keep taking shots until I
No,
can
please
start counting
don't,
cards.
please don't. Rain Man wasn't
Yeah, I know it's bad.
autistic.
Burn
Yeah.
He
it.
Really?
was not autistic.
Burn
The
it.
man from whom is it based on? He was not autistic.
Burn it. Burn
I'm
it.
sorry.
And the Sia movie. Burn it.
Mhm.
I heard the one that Sia made was awful.
Who could have predicted that?
The
We all did.
movie is crappy, but it's not the worst thing about it. It's how she went about it. She basically told autistics on Twitter to fuck off.
Oh yeah, I now know what we're talking about. Yeah.
No, I think the idea that she did it was insulting, and the fact that she couldn't even be asked to listen to people who were telling her this is fucked up, please do not do this, is just the icing on the shit cake.
Who are we talking about? I missed
Sia?
it.
Yeah,
The
singer.
musician
She
who,
did the
directed-
movie.
Yep.
You know
directed that movie.
the woman who sings Chandelier and the
One with the mop head on her, with the mop brush
The-
on her head.
Oh, okay. So you're
Sia.
talking.
Yeah.
F-
Yep.
It's
I-
a
A.
You're talking-
recently
you're
made
talking-
a movie. A person who recently made a movie about autism that
She's
was
a
just
pop
awful.
singer who made a movie
Operation
about
Porn.
autistics, and she didn't want any autistics.
No, it wasn't
in
actually
it.
about autistics. It was about the person who has to make the sacrifice of living near an autistic person.
Oh,
You're hitting all the high points of the things I have no fucking clue about. So that's probably why.
When I saw
She's
when
a
I-
pop star with a bitch. Do you understand that, Tom?
I understand what you're saying. I don't know
Okay.
the person.
It's
Good
fine.
for
You
you.
don't need to know the person.
Yeah, you don't need to know it.
I used to
Um,
love her music, but now I
I,
fuck
lo-
her.
I like one song of hers. It was and it was from the My Little Pony movie.
Oh,
Don't
I
judge me.
did-
I still haven't seen that movie actually.
Don't judge me.
I'm
I-
not judging.
I
And
got-
I knew Jonathan would be growing antennas at the sound of My Little Pony, so that's why I chuckled.
I mean,
I didn't know you were a brony, dude.
It's,
I'm
yes,
not.
well, I am, but like only because I'm a fan of My Little Pony Friendship Magic. But the strange thing is that like if you became a fan of My Little Pony Friendship Magic since 2010 and still a fan now, you're either one or two things: either trans, hello,
Hi.
or a Nazi. I don't
Yeah.
understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How does that happen? How do?
yeah. I actually
like-
found a couple really good friends through the Brony fandom.
There's like Nazis that are My Little Pony fans. Why?
Yes.
Yes, but I'm not sure how that happens. It's like
I don't know either.
Is it an incel thing? What?
I don't know.
There is an incel thing referring to ponies, but we're not bringing it up. We are not.
Man, this is why I stay off the internet. It's crazy out there.
Though it could be that the show focuses there could be something like with the show. It focuses on a lot of like friendship and forgiveness and kindness. And that could be kind of like how people get this idea that Nazis can be redeemed, and I don't know.
High ContraPoints. Sorry.
Oh no, they're quite. I was thinking of another little scrote, but you know.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yes. Yes, the
Bosch,
other one.
Xanderhall, Big Puncher.
Pig Puncher.
Yes.
But Vosh too, yes.
Coffin. Let's see, who else is a douche?
Can you stop swearing?
Greenwald.
I don't wanna. I like swearing.
Fuck yes.
Jimmy
Why am I going to
Dore.
my parents'
No,
house?
I was talking to John because he was saying
It's
the
Jimmy
names
Doorknob.
of shitty people.
Let's see, who else?
It's Jimmy Doorknob.
Yeah,
The
Jimmy
Michael
Dore's
Michael
Doorknob.
Pony,
The
Valerie.
entire dumpster fire that is mold tube.
Yes.
Ugh.
Isaiah. So you had the topic about like e-socials and do you felt like satisfied with like our discussion on that, or do you still have questions?
Well, so what I was, I guess, trying to understand was with everything like COVID and all that stuff, and everything with Etsy and like all this stuff about, you know, people wanting to like work online and do things online. I was just asking, would that, like, is that going to replace corporate capitalism?
Well, the thing,
No.
the thing is,
Quasi-socialism.
well, the thing is, you were talking about like artists like selling their music on Spotify or playing their music on Spotify or Twitch streamers and stuff like that.
Right.
Spotify is still a private company. Twitch
Okay.
is owned by Amazon, and
Okay.
so and YouTube as well is owned by Google, who's owned by Apple, because that way they can avoid taxes. If they're still private entities that the workers do not own and control, then
No,
this.
is that
And we are
Valerie
on
is
Zoom at
not
the
a
moment. So.
Nazi. He thinks Nazi can be redeemable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Jimmy Dore. Go ahead, Isaiah.
Well, I was just saying, so, you know, because we, and that includes me, like, we did give Billy those 1 million likes, so the public did support, you know, did give her that resource. I guess that's why I was trying to like link.
Okay, but who owns the right to Billie Eilish's music?
She does.
Doesn't she does?
Okay,
Maybe.
it's
She's an adult now. She's 18, so she does.
well, I know that J Hill has a record label, and how else that she gets like get big promotions for
Isn't
us to know
she
about.
independent?
Maybe.
No?
I think she still lives with her parents.
Well, that doesn't
yes, she
actually
does.
mean necessarily whether or not she owns her music or the producers who publish the music don't
Pretty
have
sure
rights to it.
she does, but
I was just trying to like think. Well, you also have to.
her brother produces her music, so
Yeah.
Oh, maybe then.
I don't think that they're at a big. I need to research that, but I think that they're not at Universal or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, well, I think what Bill Maher was trying to say was, you know, the kid.
Bill Maher is an asshole.
Yeah, I know, but
Who cares what he's trying to say?
But I think what he was trying to say was these kids want to have fun working, and that's bad. And I think.
Why do you care about what Bill Maher's saying?
Because I used to watch the guy, because I had no one else to fucking look at. But then when I found Steve Shives and Dusty Smith, it all changed.
Well, those are better people to like watch and listen to. Yes. Because Bill Maher's an asshole who thinks that like trans rights is a bougie issue. It's like a boutique issue that's like not important.
He also said people who like comic books should get a life. He also made fun of Billie Eilish by saying she you know, good luck at a job interview, you know, because
Bill Maher is old man yelling at clouds.
Right.
Yes. So Billie Eilish label is Darkroom, which is her label with her brother, but she made a song for James Bond, and that one is at Interscope, which is a child of Universal.
Yes. Okay, Groundhog, take care. And I do like having what your explanation about like how Nazis actually like My Little Pony Friendship Magic, because all of the non-pony people are kind of like depicted as like more violent, less intelligent, less creative, and more miserable, such and such. And yes, remember how in the early season it was the indigenous people were like the bisons and deers, and how it was like the the good character of the woman that's in the woods and has all the voodoo magic as well as a zebra.
Laura.
And yeah, exactly. And mistakes that were made by the creators, which they acknowledge, and it's like I can see how the Nazis kind of like a show like that. Yeah,
and their society is a monarchy. You know,
Yes.
there's a bunch of things that in theory they could latch onto, but it's weird that they miss the spirit of the thing.
Yeah, I have a pony Sona, and I made that as zebra Pegasus.
Oh,
with
nice.
Phoenix colors.
Nice.
I was just, it was just like, just something like a thought I had
Yeah, the
about.
fuck ideological purity though, Deva.
Oh, yeah.
In the US, you had the choice to support Biden or Trump.
Well, once it got to general, yeah.
Yeah, once it got to general, so yeah.
Yeah, but she's talking about Billie Eilish supporting Biden. Of course, she's 18 years old. She's not an anarchist. She's a kid who supported Biden.
I think when I don't know. I feel like people like who are celebrities are more lefty because it's like their fans tend to be, and it's like it's better hearing it from
Except
a celebrity.
they are not.
It depends on what they are a celebrity for. The arts, which require empathy, tend to draw more people with more.
Yeah, go tell that to country stars.
Yeah.
Who lost their shit when Lil Nas X came out as gay.
Yeah, I think it's that. I also think too, it's like they rather hear it from a celebrity than a politician because like celebrities, I guess, don't lie to them as much as politicians do. So
I don't know about that.
I don't know because I don't know. So
Matthew McConaughey is running for governor of Texas, apparently.
Who?
Matthew McConaughey.
I like Matthew McConaughey. What party is on? Is he on?
I have no idea.
For what party is he running? I mean,
no
I'll
idea.
look it up.
I assume it's not Republican.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I know. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I'm not sure he's running.
I mean, Schwarzenegger is a Republican, and he's a pretty decent human being. So
I love. Arnold
it's now as opposed to the other Republicans around. He was adequate as governor of California, I guess, but that was when Republicans had the
not
capacity
Nazis,
to be.
You mean?
Well,
yes,
not all of them were. You could be Republican.
Even when he was
not
governor,
Nazi.
he was what do you call it? He was quite compassionate compared to the normal Republican status at the
he's
quo.
a good human being. That's why I never understood why he was a Republican, to be honest.
Fiscal conservatism, something like that, or because of a speech Richard Nixon gave. No, that seriously, he said that at the Republican National Convention.
Oh, really?
Yes, in 2004. For
that's so weird. I mean, he's not. I mean,
yeah, he's not as bad as.
How do I say that without being?
He's not as bad as John Voight, basically.
No, but I mean,
not politically deep.
He's not that bright. Is what I was getting at.
The thing that
Schwarzenegger.
really,
I love him, but he's not Einstein, right?
Yeah, the thing that really confused me about his political affiliation was wasn't he married to a Kennedy or?
Yes,
like,
he is.
Yeah,
He still is.
Yes.
Like that's so weird because they're like as close to also the Clintons.
Yes,
now,
Deva, we do. We live on planet Earth.
Nobility that we have.
Yeah.
Yes, he is, Toby. He's still a
they let me
racist,
in.
imperialist piece of shit.
They let me in, so obviously their bar is incredibly low.
Okay, let's be clear about something here, chat. Yes, I agree with you. Yes, but we live on Earth with all those people, and we have to make do with them, whether we like it or not. And I don't know, maybe it's because I'm old, but I'm very, very sick of being angry all the time and hating everyone and always being here with my ideological purity. I'm so over that. So
trust me, being angry all the time is not fun.
Do what you want, but I don't have the energy to be like that anymore. And I'm not with it. about parasocial relationships, Deva. I'm not friends with Billie Eilish. It's just there are people, celebrities who are better than others, who do some good,
I don't
a
know.
little.
I think a lot of people
Good for them.
I think also a lot of people look up to celebrities as like, because we're around their music all the time or what. I don't know.
Maybe it's also
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Phoenix.
When you put someone on a pedestal, you give them a long way to fall.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I was about to say maybe it's also because like what do we have going on in their life? There's lots of alienation happening in this world, lots of isolation, and all the things. They have to work 2 jobs to survive, so they have to look up to something, and they kind of falsely look up idol worship, as it were. So that's something to cling on to, I think.
I don't idol worship Billie. I had a crush on her at one time. I don't idol worship her like that.
Are you calm down on that? On the crush?
I'm working on it. I bought her book, but I'm working on it.
I mean, that kid is awesome. So,
She's kind of rad.
Yeah, she's cool.
And
she's no Greta Thunberg.
I don't give a shit about her personal life. I'm not her friend, but I like her music. I like her art. I like what she does, and that's why you ask of those people, right? They're artists.
Yeah, for some reason I had a subscription to People magazine that I guess was free. And I'm not the biggest fan of Sam Smith, but I did get defensive and a little angry when I saw them misgendering them.
What do you guys think of Mariah Carey?
I like her.
I don't care about her music, but I don't know music. Her.
I'm a 90s kid, so of course I do.
Well, me too.
Same here.
Me too.
She has an incredible singing and talent, so yes, I can fault her for that. But also that to finish up on the e-social censor thing, and another big thing is the internet publicly owned and controlled by the workers or everyone.
Okay.
Because as Matthew Thatcher mentioned a couple of weeks ago when he was on, and he was great. That because of certain laws in certain towns.
Wait, Matthew was on a couple of
months ago. A couple of months ago.
I missed Matthew being back on.
No, he is only on once, but but he said how when he's on this side of the city limits of his city, and that city doesn't have the same laws that the other city on the other side of the street has, and so that other city has competition, and there's other ISPs.
Your country is weird on that. Honestly, yes. It's weird on a lot of things, but on that, it's very weird because you're the country of capitalism, right? Why isn't there free competitions between internet providers? That's weird.
Because they don't want competition, they want a monopoly and be able
to. No, I know, but that's not
free market is a lie.
What is capitalism supposed to be. You know what I mean? I know it's a lie, but on paper, capitalism is supposed to be about open competition, right?
Well, Lido, how come we're still using oil when we can have people compete over renewable energy? Why?
No, I know. It was a rhetorical question, right?
Rhetorical.
Yeah. Did you say rhetorical?
I said rhetorical. I said
rhetorical. Okay.
But I don't have my teeth on, so. Kitty! Oh my God, it's a kitten. Oh.
She's so cute. Oh,
stop it! I have kitten fever.
She doesn't want this.
Oh.
Do you guys want to see my tricorder?
She is about.
Is there a kitty in the
2 months or 3?
Yeah, she's more.
We got them when they were 6 weeks old. So.
Yes, that's the age you can get them. Did you get them at a shelter?
What do you call it? No, she got them at essentially from a just a person who had a cat that got pregnant.
I mean, it's not they weren't bought at a breeder.
No, they weren't milled or anything. They were bought from, or they were got from a just a family.
Yeah.
Okay, now get them vaccinated and microchipped.
She hasn't gotten the microchip, but they've gone for all their shots.
Have you guys ever read this comic book before?
Oh yes,
Calvin
I had
and
that when I
Hobbes.
was. I still have that, I think.
Which one?
Yeah.
Homicidal Psycho
I didn't see
my
that.
the tiger of my ranger character in Guild Wars 2 is named Hobbes.
Nice.
Yeah, it's my shit.
Yeah, there's some problematic shit in Calvin and Hobbes, but
Calvin and Hobbes gets pretty deep on some issues too.
I so love the mom. I love her. She's
Yeah.
so badass.
Oh my goodness. Speaking of problematic shit from a thing, the legendary edition of Mass Effect just came out
I know
this
I want
Friday.
it, but I can't buy it.
And I was playing in the Citadel, and what do you call it? I talked to Ashley, and she's like, I can't tell some of these aliens from animals. And I'm like, Ashley!
Ashley is racist. We know that
Like,
for sure.
That's so awful. Why would you say that out loud?
Yeah, she is a racist, but that's something. It's not new. I mean, when you talk to her inside the Normandy, she says it's not racist, not exactly. Well, yes, it is, bitch. I hate Ashley, but she's been written to be hated.
It's like,
what is it? Audio of your Calvin and Hobbes?
I have all the Calvins and Hobbeses.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yes, I have read Homicidal Psycho Jungle Cat.
It's awesome. Yes, it can be pretty sexist at times, but
well, I just wanted Julie to call me a nerd again.
No, that Calvin and Hobbes isn't that nerdy.
Or what about this?
You're a nerd.
Oh, it's so good.
Let me see it. Say something.
Is it
all the lights set up?
I think Tom wants to talk.
It's the tricorder.
No, I want to hear it. I want to have Isaiah talk, and I want to see the tricorder.
Oh, the tricorder.
Yes.
Can you hear
Everyone, shut up and let Isaiah talk.
Can you hear it?
Speak in your mic, babe.
Can you hear it?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Can't wait to go to Comic-Con next month here in Tallahassee.
That's exactly that, Debbie. Have you played Mass Effect? Have you heard the dialogue with Ashley when she says it's not exactly racist? When she says that
I haven't gotten quite to that point.
Aliens are like, it's like your dog, you love them and all, but if you get attacked by a bear in the forest, you let your dog die. Like, no, bitch, for one. And
fuck Ashley.
And also, it's sentient people. It's not a dog. Oh, have fun being a nerd, Tavi.
I'm so glad to be moving to a new city where I can meet new people. Not that the people I got, like out of Tallahassee and meet new people and finally meet a significant other.
Yeah, it's still in your racist.
You're
state,
done.
No?
Well, it's in the United States, so yes, it's going to be in a racist state.
Yeah, no, but
yes,
I mean,
it's in Florida.
Florida, it's worse
Florida.
than other states.
Oh no,
not Mississippi.
Florida man. You're
gonna
Florida
say,
man. Oh Jesus.
I
We've been
thought
talking to
Florida
man.
was one of those states that had like fairly delineated areas where.
Wait, I thought you were in Florida, Isaiah.
I am in Florida. I'm in Tallahassee. I'm in the capital.
Yes, but
Florida
you move into Mississippi, right?
No. I'm moving.
Oh.
He's saying that Florida's not as bad as Mississippi.
Oh,
I'm moving,
yeah. Well,
I'm moving to St. Petersburg in Florida. Yeah,
Yes.
not St. Petersburg, Russia. No.
No, St. Petersburg, Florida, which is right next to Tampa Bay, Florida, which is the same place with the Rays, a baseball team. Yeah. And yes, and you're right, Joe. There's very delineated spaces. There's like Orlando, Central Florida. There's Miami, South Florida. That's where the beaches are. And then rest of Florida, I think.
And then there's the South.
There's a
Redneckville.
Yes.
Streamer that I follow who lives in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
She's cool.
A lot of the murder shows also take place in Florida. A lot of weirdness goes on in
Just
Florida.
one.
What do you
because
guys think of
Florida-
Eileen Wuornos? What do you guys think?
I
of
have
her?
no idea.
I think
Who?
I don't. think
Eileen
of
Wuornos, she
Eileen
was a
Wuornos.
female serial killer. She was a prostitute who
Oh, she's the one who killed the man who raped her, right?
Yeah.
I think maybe some of them did, but not all of them. I think she was failed by a lot of people.
Oh
Her
yeah.
parents, the system.
Your hair looks so cool, Phoenix, with that streak of white hair. in the
Oh,
middle.
thank
Mhm.
you.
Yeah, it does.
You look like a superhero.
Oh, thanks.
What would be your superpowers?
Fire, of course.
Oh,
Fire
yes.
and- Fire and
Phoenix,
healing.
why do you ask?
course.
Noob.
I'm used to Phoenix being like their name, and so it's like, oh wait, yes, of course.
Yeah, but with Eileen Wuornos, I feel like if she had gotten like help early on for like counseling after like being a victim of child sex abuse, if she had gotten like into a good home, she could have been perfectly stable and led a decent life, but no, it didn't go out that way. That's actually a big reason why I'm interested in true crime, because it shows
Me too.
there are a lot of cautionary tales as to like this can happen, like when the community doesn't take care of the people in it.
Would you say the same thing about Charles Manson?
I did not. I know.
No,
I know
Charles
about
Manson is a cult leader, so
yes.
he wasn't failed. He failed others. He's a psycho.
Yeah, he took advantage.
With a fucking swastika on his forehead. For fuck's sake.
He did what all cult leaders do. He singled out really vulnerable young people to do his bidding. And like if these young people had supportive people in their community, like get them counseling, to get them like a support group, they might not have gone that way.
I do listen to some of his ramblings. They're pretty funny. We shouldn't laugh at it, obviously, but I don't know. It's just weird.
Don't listen to that Nazi, for fuck's
Don't
sake.
listen to anything that piece of shit says. He's like, because his things actually hurt people. It's not like War Corpse, like when he just rants about things. That's funny.
War Corpse is slightly less smart than Charles Manson, I think.
No, let Joe talk so that everyone else can see Joe's kitten.
We're just gonna keep the camera on the kittens because they're laying here nicely.
Yep.
Like it's so funny. Sometimes I'll go on War Corpse's streams just for my own amusement, and
oh my god,
he'll rant at me about how I'm not really disabled and like how my mental illnesses are not real, and I should just suck it up. And I'm just sitting there, just like, this guy is an idiot.
The funniest thing I have ever heard is Kevin reading his book. Oh my god!
Is War Corpse the guy with the clocks on his wall?
Yes. Communism doesn't work.
He's like. He's
a moron. Okay, let's be clear.
I feel like he sounds like Onision for some reason.
Missed that. Is War Corpse actually published? That's crazy.
Yes, he did publish a book, and that's the reason why that
self-published.
Self-published, yes.
Yeah. And Kevin Logan read it, and it was so fucking funny because War Corpse apparently doesn't know how to put punctuation, and so Kevin added it orally. It was so funny.
It's like, dude, if you think I should get a job, I could have edited your book for you, and you could have paid me. It would require a lot of coffee, but I could have done it.
Yeah, Kevin saying comma everywhere. He didn't put one was so fucking funny. Honestly, War Corpse, I'm happy he exists. Just like Ben Shapiro because of his wife's dry pussy, you know.
P word.
I call him Ben Shitpiro.
Oh my goodness.
Every time Ben Shapiro speaks, it's something so silly and it's so funny.
I don't like how they use those words. It's that wet ass P word.
P word.
Yeah, which is a
and
disease.
My wife, who is a doctor, says that it's an illness.
Yeah.
No,
that's
it's supposed
she's just being nice to you.
Hey, Ben Shapiro hates the WAP song. He would really hate the kind of stuff I've been posting on my Tumblr the past few days.
Well, I don't know that he hates the WAP song so much as he hates brown people.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
This is true.
And women having pleasure while having sex,
yeah.
because
he'd probably hate this.
Or in general.
or in general, yes.
Would he?
Brown people and women.
I'm not gonna say too much, but like the things I've been posting on Tumblr involves like interracial happenings between myself and another person, a fictional person, and that's all I'm gonna say. I might talk about this in my live stream tonight, but you know.
Is would he not like Billie Eilish either?
Probably not.
No, she's a teenage girl who succeeded more than you ever will.
Well,
You will
yeah.
fucking hate her.
Yeah.
Hey,
Phoenix, are you on Instagram, Phoenix?
I am, but because my phone is broken and my new one is like lost in the ether, and I'm still waiting for.
You have a computer. Why do you need a phone?
No. Instagram, you can only upload photos or videos from your phone.
Really?
That's weird.
That sucks. That's why there's nothing on mine, and I'm only
Phoenix, go ahead and talk.
following people. I
But I
didn't
haven't
know
posted
that.
in a while for that reason. But I do have an Instagram, LunaVeg87.
I will post your YouTube channel into the chat, which has links to your Instagram.
Yes, and Geek just posted the playlist for the reading of the Book of Wow Cops. If you want to listen to it, Joe,
God.
Was it you who asked?
Oh, God.
That's
no, for real, it's hilarious.
Yeah,
well, it's
I
hilarious.
can imagine it seems like a thing that I will enjoy later. The only problem with playing Mass Effect instead of a mindless open world game, there's times that I have to like pause my
fuck you! I'm
podcasts.
buying it. I'm
because a lot of times I'll just play like mindless open world games, and very few times I'll have to pause it.
No, you know what? I'm going to
listen to something
take
in the background.
1 month subscription to the Origin crap, so I can play it for $15.
Nice.
Yeah,
you could probably knock the whole thing out in a month if you didn't have anything.
I can.
Going.
Trust me, I can. I know the 3 games by heart. I've played them so much. That's like my favorite game franchise ever. So.
Oh, and what do you call it? The things they added to it to essentially they took away the dice rolly bit of attacking, and it's just essentially an action RPG now. The first one.
Yeah, I know.
And it's solid. I enjoy that.
And
pretty thoroughly.
It's so pretty now too. I
is
saw
very-
videos
it is
and
very nice.
I at my pants. I swear.
So
Well, no, I didn't.
we've reached the gaming section of the
No,
of the
just
proceedings.
I
just want to say I'm becoming ancient, and I came in tired, and I survived this far, and I'm probably not going to survive afterwards very much. But I thought I'd come in and say hi, and bother people, and so I'm going to go away now. And I want to say this has been lovely, but I think you should fuck yourself, every single one of you. Every single one of you.
I will later.
I have a dildo, so I do.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, good, you got one. You got it.
I've already told Lito my problems, so I don't want to repeat those in the chat.
I had.
Yes, you don't have to.
I'm fucking off myself. So please have a good time and fuck everybody, and especially the chat. This chat especially. Fuck
Yes,
you.
fuck chat.
Yes.
Bye. This morning I had coffee with a friend, and I told them they said, "Oh, you have today off?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I had yesterday and today off." Although yesterday, and then I took a bite of the sandwich I was eating. I spent the whole day playing I spent the whole day with Mass Effect, and she heard masturbate instead of Mass Effect. It was like the whole day.
I thought you were about to say NASA for some reason.
Team,
Me.
put your ass in Patreon and come on.
Yes, Tim. This is the Patreon show, so the Patreon.
Yeah, he's
Zoom
our
link
biggest patron too. No, isn't he?
No, one of them.
He's one of the top tier patrons. Yeah.
We actually have to thank all the patrons, though.
Well, because they're mostly here.
They're mostly here.
Well, thank you, Julie. Thank you, Marty. Thank you, Ellie. Thank you, Tim. Thank you,
Marty
Joe.
said she was going to come too, and she isn't here.
It's up to there. Thank you to the fuck boys, and thank you, Von Rack, as well. Von Rack's not here.
Is not here. Marty and Von Rack are the only patrons that are not either in chat or in the in cast.
Archie's still asleep.
I was saying, isn't Marty usually a bit late?
I don't know what she's doing today. Yesterday, during her podcast, she said she was going to come today, but.
Mm-hmm. But hey, we streamed. Yep, there was Wesley was in the background. Wesley.
Shut up, Wesley.
I can see his tail.
Mm-hmm.
Shut up, Wesley.
It's a dog. Stop it.
It's the dread-powered Roberts, yes. But since we touched on the topic of games, and that was like enough for like
Wait, has Tom fucked off?
He did.
Oh yeah, he went to fuck himself.
Yes.
You old pervert.
Just I want to touch on a bit of a, and here we go, joined by Tim, Talk Guy Teacher. Welcome on in. I'm going to just put a.
He's not connected yet.
Oh well, not connected yet. I would just like to say hello again as well. Just put a link into like the live chat. Some news like from the weeks ago.
Hey Tim, now he's connected.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
How you doing?
Oh, I'm fine. I never know when these things are supposed to happen. I should probably pay more attention to them.
Well, they were supposed to happen last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
There's no supposed.
And if I were, better at this, I would have posted an update on Patreon before to let people know it was going to come. But
it was very shortly before.
Patreon I think to Jonathan and I
I think it was like at noon.
So we can
John
do it.
Put the message through that we're not doing it.
Yeah. I did like post it like in places, but I could have posted sooner. So we're not gonna have a show last week or something like that. But like usually it is at 7 p.m. UTC and Sundays, and the Patreon show is usually the second Sunday of the month.
Yeah, but it was Mother's Day, no?
It was.
Mm-hmm.
And John has a mom, so.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not.
Bragging.
Okay, thanks for the link, Jonathan. I'm not buying Humble bundles anymore.
Okay, there's a bit
you.
of an update though, but that's the thing is that like Humble Bundle was moved, which is Humble Bundle being owned by IGN was going to move to like limit charity donations to like 50%. They were going to give her the sliders that they have, which you can like determine like how much of this money is going to go to developers, how much is going to go to Humble, how much of it is going to go to the charities that you want to support. They were going to remove that sliders and cap the charities at like 15%. There is an update because, a lot of people have like criticized it. And so now the position from Humble Bumble is like, well, reconsider
not Bumble.
Sorry, Humble Bundle. I said like, we'll reconsider things, but no clear details of what they're going to do. So it's kind of like, we understand the controversy that we cause and why people complain about it. So we'll change things. But no clear idea of what they're going to change.
Did you say 50% or
15?
15.
Oh, that's much worse.
Yes.
Yeah, that's like it was like the lower you could give before, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
It was the lowest you could choose before.
Yeah.
Because when you buy, normally when you buy a Humble Bundle, you can choose how much goes to charity.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So
we'll see what you do.
A humble charity organization capping what you can give to charity.
Yep. Talking about charities, this month on Twitch, there are a lot of gamers that are doing charity streams for St. Jude Children's Hospital.
Oh yeah.
It is a hospital that does research on cancer. So if you want to donate to a charity, as someone who has a parent that has died from cancer, I would love if you would consider that one, because children with cancer is not fun.
Hey, John, send my condolences to Philip K.
I
John
don't know
is-
how.
Oh, Jonathan.
Yeah, he's referring to me. It's like, okay, but like I know that Philip K. He is a patron of Sea Shies, and he dropped some like this devastating news that like basically both him and his girlfriend got COVID, and he recovered. She passed away.
Oh, fuck.
no.
Yes. Sorry for dropping that on like people, but that's what that says.
I don't know who he is though, so I'm not.
Yes, I
sad,
don't know
but
who he is either.
That must be awful for him.
Oh yes, I bet it is awful. So
Imagine the survivor guilt. Oh God.
Yeah, he did because he mentioned it on the previous one that he got COVID and something like that. In his question, something like that, he wanted to give the update, and that was the update. So
yeah. Just about St. Jude's, I actually do know a guy, a streamer who does it, who actually lives in the same city where the hospital is.
Oh, cool.
His name is MD14 on Twitch.
MD14, okay.
Yeah.
Is he streaming for St. Jude's this month?
Yeah, he's done it for like a bunch of years, I think.
I
believe he lives in.
I followed you too, like Lil Simsy and.
I think he lives in the same city where it is, which I believe.
It's in Philadelphia, isn't it?
Okay, they must live there then. But yeah,
Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground where I spent.
Stop.
He's doing like a stream a day basically for them this month.
The ones I watched do the same.
I just put the link in the chat to another streamer friend of mine's, Zero Cool. She does she's a trans woman who's autistic and does a lot of like shooting games like Apex Legends, Overwatch, but also does like occasional cool VR chat.
Oh no, it's in Memphis, Tennessee.
Oh okay.
Oh, okay.
I
guess. Anyway.
Yeah, but she is like Zirkle is also like for a long time been like raising money for St. Jude's, but like you can I'm just gonna go to like so I wonder it's like no so for all the Twitch stream, if you want to follow all the Twitch streamers are raising money for St. Jude's Children's Hospital, I'll put the
St. Jude, they moved the sick children in little red carts, not in wheelchairs. How awesome is that?
Mm-hmm.
I heard another good story about the game industry and trans people just recently today. It was it involves like the Mass Effect trilogy got re-released like an enhanced version, and I guess one of the people that used to work on it has transitioned in between that time and now, and they changed the name of the credits. So it's not the dead name anymore. So yeah, that's all really good. Yeah.
Stop talking about that though. I can't buy it. Okay, stop it.
So anyway, now... Mass Effect Legends.
Shut up.
The legendary trilogy, or whatever we call it.
That's another games that actually had been like developed by at least one trans or non-binary developer. Because so Tabitha Wolf is in the chat with Groundhog.
BioWare is a big. There's a lot of people, so it's bound to have several trans people who have worked on it.
Yes, and the point of me bringing that up is that like last March for Trans Day Visibility, a couple of me and my streamer friends, like Tabitha Wolfus and Groundhog 2020, were in the chat earlier. We wanted to do a short streaming event of like raising money for TILDEF, the Transgender Legal Defense and Educational Fund. But we also were all playing games that were at least had one developer on it that was trans or non-binary, as it were, and we're kind of like looking for games like that. There was an interesting tip that it was confirmed that I think what engine was it was the ice the Black Isle Studios engine, the one that like the first two Baldur's Gates and like other Icewind Dale's games were like made off of. One of the developers of that engine is trans, so basically all those games were developed by a trans streamer, a trans developer, as it were.
Nice.
And also Zara Cool, who I put link in chat, and is currently raising money for St. Jude's Children's Hospital, also joined us on that day, Trans Day of Disability, raising money for St. Jude's. That she did VR chat though, which is that we were just at the time. It's just like, okay, listen, we were rushed this thing together with like short notice, so yeah, go ahead and do VR chat. But it was at the end of the thing anyway, and we managed to raise $1,100 that day.
Nice.
$1,100. Yeah, very cool.
Fantastic.
That's cool.
Guys, it's been really nice. I think I'm gonna tap out. Kind of tired, and I was sitting up for too long, and now my back hurts.
Oh, that hoodie, Phoenix! I love that movie.
Oh, thanks. I'm really
That
bummed that I
movie's so
couldn't find it
silly, I
streaming
love it.
anywhere except on HBO Max, which I am not subscribing to. I have too many subscriptions already.
Same here.
But I'm able to rent it for like $4 on Amazon Prime, which I do have. So I might just do that sometime.
Isn't it on Netflix?
It's not. I don't have Netflix anymore. I don't think it is on Netflix.
Oh,
It used to be.
because it's
Yeah,
an old movie, so.
Yeah.
But if it's now on HBO Max, why have it back on like Netflix? However, Castlevania did drop on Friday, the new season of Castlevania.
Yeah, I
Hey,
saw
he-
that. Yeah.
Hey Phoenix, can you see my Clueless poster in the background?
Yes, I can. I've never actually seen that. I'll have to see it sometime. But anyway,
I just put a link in
Very
the chat,
fun.
oh,
Phoenix,
cool.
to a
Thank
free.
you. Thank you very much.
Hi.
Bye.
Okay. Bye, Phoenix.
Who's going?
Phoenix.
Hey.
I'm going. Bye.
Oh,
Wait, but
bye-bye,
before you go, Phoenix, I just
Yes,
put a link in the
Sarah,
chat to
I'm
a
so
place where you
happy
can watch
came
the
back
craft.
with us.
Thanks. I'm sorry that Archie wouldn't wake up during our thing.
We got enough cats on like the stream as
It's true.
it
Yeah,
is.
we'll see him next time.
Yep.
It's a good cat stream.
He's a sweet boy.
I swear, with all people getting cats, the day I have my home and I can take cats, I might maybe adopt 5.
We should.
I have such kitty
everybody.
fever. I can't handle it.
Gonna go
Bye
straight.
bye, babe.
Gonna go straight from 0 cats to crazy cat lady.
I was always a crazy cat lady. You saw me with my Merlin, right?
I am not sure.
Hey,
When I-
John, did you put Phoenix's YouTube thing in the chat?
In the YouTube live chat, yes. I can put it in the Zoom chat as well.
Yeah, can you do that?
Okay, there it is. And so yeah, Phoenix hasn't been doing as much content as like they would like reasons. But tonight they are going to do a stream because they're in finally able to do so. Yes, and just going to be
Yeah,
like
they finally have a home. Yay!
yes, yeah, that was a big thing as well. But a lot of Phoenix's old channels are still up. Not channels, videos.
Picture you put, John.
I'm thinking about starting a SoundCloud.
Oh yeah,
Yes, I'm a crazy cat lady too, Jordan. I don't have a cat currently though, so I don't really qualify, but I was for 18 years and I plan to be as soon as I can. I used to talk to my cat all day, and that poor thing had to answer me because I mean, it was my child, okay? That's how crazy I was. And he died 2 years ago, and I'm still not over it. He was my child. I don't care what
Hey.
everyone says.
Do you guys want to hear my music, my song for film school, for my film school assignment? It's
Maybe.
one you wrote. It's not a cover, right?
No, it's one I wrote.
Okay.
Okay.
Then we won't have copyright strike. You can go ahead.
No.
If
You
it's
might wanna
bad,
sing it
John
note
is
for
going to
note.
mute you, though. You know
Don't
that.
worry.
Yeah.
John's away from the computer, so go ahead.
Oh,
Okay.
Now's the time.
It's called Down With Me.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah. I see you walking down the street. Vintage Star Wars t-shirt, denim skirt, red Converse, getting you some to eat. Standing in Chipotle, you knock me off my feet. You look my way, you like my style. Plaid shirt, graphic tee, and denim jeans. There's nothing else to say. Yeah, yeah, I'm everything she wants. She is everything I need. It's not that difficult if you're down with me. Say what? She's everything I want. You
Straighten up, babe.
everything I need. It's not that difficult.
No,
if-
straighten up. Don't stop singing and stand straight.
Well, you interrupted him as he was singing, so
But that's all I got for now. So what do you guys think?
That's nice. That's
That's
catchy.
pretty good. Yeah, I really
That's
enjoyed that.
really cute.
There's maybe too many words. You should maybe shorten a little your sentence because you have a trouble to put all the words in one sentence.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I don't know. I like the fine details in that. That's
Yeah,
I always
that's
appreciate that in the
that's
lyrics.
fun and very poppy and catchy.
I'm trying to be like the black artist that breaks stereotypes.
Yeah,
So so I'm appropriating
Backstreet Boys. I heard the Backstreet Boys influence in there. Yes.
You should.
Yeah.
That was fun and catchy. You
Yeah.
go, boy.
Yes, totally go ahead and appropriate like white people's culture. Absolutely.
Yes,
We
it's
are
a white
all
people
fine with it.
culture,
But
as
you
if
did it-
there
you-
was such
you
a
took it-
thing.
you took gospel music from us, so you know.
Fair enough. Yes, exactly.
We took
'Cause
everything
I thought
from
when you
you.
think about it, like most musical genres originate from black music or I guess African
Blues.
music.
Eh,
Anyways,
Yeah.
Jazz
Jazz
and blues.
Yes.
We call them emo spirituals. Well, I do, but whatever. I think how John is just like, what the fuck?
I mean, you called it that, and it's just like, okay.
What do you
Oh,
call
God damn it.
emo spirituals?
I don't know.
Oh, the white people who sing gospel, you mean?
Oh,
That's
my God.
very
That is
funny.
perfect. That
Yes.
is perfect. White people singing gospel, that's emo spirituals. Yes. Yes.
Oh my God! I
Oh,
misheard
you mean
that.
as opposed as Negro spiritual?
I
Oh,
misheard
Negro spirituals is for us, remember?
Yes,
Yes.
it's for you, yes.
Well, I'm an atheist, so you know, I don't.
I misheard that as Elmo spirituals,
Almost spirituals.
and now I have the worst thing in my head.
I'm pretty sure you can like gospel and be an
I
an
can't-
atheist.
Oh yeah,
Isaiah.
you can. I like gospel songs from like the 90s.
I'm not really into gospel, but I'm not American. I think it's really a you culture. It
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
really exist in Europe. Well, I don't know, Eli, what do you think? Does it exist in Denmark?
It's quite popular in Denmark amongst like how do I explain it? Like middle-aged white women. You know, it's that choir practice.
Yeah. It's a sister
that's
act
kind
sort
of
of
what you
thing.
picture when you think about gospel music, or that's what I picture. It's middle-aged people mostly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
I mean, Sister Act, it was a black woman that was leading the thing. So
Whoopi
Yeah.
Guinan, Whoopi Goldberg.
The trouble Elmo has seen.
what?
I can't do the Elmo voice, so that was the best I could do. Nobody
God,
knows the trouble Elmo has seen.
The sequel to Sister Act had one of the funniest like bylines ever. It was like "back in the habit," which I thought was really funny because what a nun wears is a habit. Like that's like what the garment is called, but also so it's kind of like a double entendre. So it's really funny.
Yes, it's a
Yeah.
pun on addiction and
Yeah.
the church.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I thought it's just that's so appropriate,
That
you know.
movie,
Yeah, like
is
from Train
so
Spotting,
90s.
the guy who
It's
sold them their heroin.
Mhm.
They called him the Mother Superior on account of the length of his habit.
Who?
Oh,
They
that's
did-
very good.
Yeah,
Who?
The drug.
the guy
dealer
who
in
sold the drugs in
Train Spotting.
Train Spotting.
Oh, I
The bald
forgot
one.
that. Well, I was on LSD when I saw Trainspotting, so I don't think I would remember that.
Awesome.
Indigenous heretic. It's Karen music and gospel. In other words.
Yeah, it is. In Denmark, it is anyway. I think there might be. I know a Kenyan immigrant woman who sang in a choir that was like made up of like immigrants from different places in Africa. and they had sort of their own gospel choir in their own church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good, but
Yeah, so I just remembered that because you told me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, now this sometimes happens to me. Okay, now I'm trying to imagine a church choir or a gospel group covering like Neon Nights by Black Sabbath or other kind of like metal songs, but it needs to be like a
No.
high energy metal songs. Oh no, maybe like
Christian songs, you have
In the
to, they have
Garden
to
of Eden,
cover Iron
they
Maiden.
did.
well, there's a lot of Christian metal
By
music as well. 'cause-
Iron Butterfly.
Yes. Marge, do you remember when we used to make out to this hymn?
That sounds like rock and roll.
But hey, that
crap.
church lady to like perform the hell of that song on a piano and it collapsed because it's a 17-minute song.
There's a band that's called Nano War of Steel, and they made
Well,
a song that's
I got-
called Val Hallelujah, and it's a
Metal
mix of
I-
gospel and
I
metal.
gotta run, guys, but I'll see you guys next Sunday.
Okay.
Alright.
See you
Here's
next
the-
week, Saya.
Zach.
Thank you for sharing your song with us.
Glad I could. Glad you liked it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. Man of War Steel was the name of the metal group.
Nano War of Steel. And
Nano.
the
Nano.
song is Val Hallelujah, and it's a mix of like not black metal, but maybe more power metal, I guess,
So like Dragon Force.
and gospel, and it's fucking amazing. Well, the song is about IKEA, so you don't have to listen to the words. It's very funny, but musically, it's amazing. It's a parody metal band who love to.
Oh, nice.
They made,
Okay.
a
Just
song that's
smoking
called
some pine and
Norwegian
some Norse,
reggaeton too. It's black metal and reggaeton. And it's fucking amazing.
Okay, so I put the like a nano wars the steel
That's
of
more
the
for you that I said that, Jonathan, because I think you're the only metalhead here.
probably
I don't know. What do you like? What's your favorite type of music, patrons? Joe, Tim, Ellie.
Jesus.
Like if I had to pick one, rock and roll / metal probably.
You like metal.
Yeah, I like just like with drums and guitars and shit. Yeah.
Well, you should check the Nano War Steel link. Then you would enjoy it, I think.
Okay.
I
probably would. Yeah.
I was very into small indie bands when I was younger, to the point where I was very obnoxious. And now, as I've grown older, I'm just kind of into pop music and like, and I'm not really. I mean, I think I ended up annoying myself way too much, and I just
I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah, it's just like I was into like really small groups, and especially very small, like obscure Danish.
Yeah,
group.
you only liked the people no one knew.
Yeah, and
when they became famous, you stopped liking them.
Not really, because they didn't really.
I don't. None of them became
They didn't get famous.
I think some of them were like quite popular in my country, but it still had that indie vibes from like the early 2000s, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I hate that kind of music. It's very snobbish. I get it.
I was such a musical snob that I knew that this band would never become famous, and that's why I liked them.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you,
I was
Metro.
kind of like that too, even though it's not the same scene. It was French rock.
Oh, Metro found a church choir doing Black Sabbath's War Pigs. Nice.
Oh,
Good.
Nice.
Yeah, I want to. It'd be really fun to do a gospel remix of it, just because it would be gospel. Of,
What do you like, Joe?
Implicitly anti-religious metal music.
What
Joe,
music, Joe? Well,
what music do you like prefer?
I don't listen to enough music to actually have favorite genres.
Oh, really?
It's more or less anything that makes me feel, Otherwise, I have a really weird favorite artist, Kate Miller-Heidke from Australia.
Oh yeah. We mentioned her before. So you see, look,
what name?
Kate Miller-Heidke. Hold on. Oh, let me see.
I don't know her. Is she a musician?
You may have heard a couple of her songs, but she doesn't really cross over much with the United States.
I'm not in the United States, so.
Well, I know that. What I mean is, she doesn't really hit international pop charts.
Oh, okay. Much. She's more of an Australian thing.
Yeah.
But
there's a couple of her songs that hit like the bottom of the Hot 100 a couple of times, but.
So I'm gonna put a link to one.
But she's a professionally trained opera singer.
Yes,
that
went pop, and I just love the way and I really like her voice as far as when she writes music. So, like almost every song gets to me.
There's an Australian. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I'm just going to say that I'm putting a couple of tracks from the Kate Miller-Heidke into the live chat, like "Caught in the Crowd" and "The Last Day on Earth." "Last Day on Earth," somber one, just so you know.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed with that title.
Ride This Feeling, I'm a really big fan of. The Facebook song is fun too.
Mm-hmm. Yes. How dare you poke me?
What were you going to say, Tim?
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's an Australian band that I like too. That's maybe I don't that they chart much outside of, well, not in America anyway. Called the Veronicas, which is like a band. It's like two twin
I
sisters.
saw them. They were on the Voice Australia last year.
One is a lesbian, and the other one I believe is straight.
They're twins, right?
Yeah, they're identical twin sisters. Yeah. They kind of started off like really poppy, but then they've gotten like darker as time has gone on, to the point where they kind of like some of their like last album, you would think is maybe they've been it's kind of like serious stuff, kind of it just compared to what they did before anyway. But and I think like the one who's the sister, I forget which one is who again, but the one who's a lesbian, I believe is she's in a thing with a relationship with Ruby. She's also an Australian actress, but I forget her name. So let me look it up here.
No, we were saying bye to Tom.
Yeah, but I already thought that like we were in the show, and just like, nope, we usually go to around 2 to 3 hours. And this is our patron show, so we just like hanging out and chill with our
Ruby Rose. Sorry, that's what I was thinking of.
Okay, Ruby
Rose.
Yeah, she's I think she dates like one of the sisters, like the one who's a lesbian. Yeah.
No, I know the name Ruby Rose.
I've heard the name Ruby Rose before. I don't remember where from.
What's her face?
She's an actress. She's an Australian actress.
I know, but
I'm trying to think of anything she's in, but I know I've heard the name before.
She's very cool. I think I saw her in, I don't remember. I watch a lot of music competition and cooking competition. So I watch Top Chef and Master Chef. And
she played Batwoman in the first season of that show, but then she left.
Right, she's Batwoman. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot of weirdos, comic weirdos, that kind of people on YouTube and whatever. That like
she was in Orange Is the New Black, I think.
Yeah. She's doing a lot of different things.
I still got to get around to watching that.
I've
heard
stopped
many good
watching
things,
Orange is the New Black. Honestly, the white heroine who is kind of saving her black how do you call people that are in prison?
Mm-hmm.
Prisoners.
Inmates.
That was not the word I was looking for, but it worked.
Convicts,
inmates, yes, inmates.
Prisoners.
It's very Orange is the New Black is very white saviory, I think.
Yeah, I still haven't watched that, but I've seen her in like other things, including that Batwoman show. But so she's a like a good action actress. If that means
She is
anything.
hot too. So
yeah, she is.
I've seen her in John Wick.
She was in John Wick 2. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I saw her.
haven't.
She's been in a lot of different movies. Like
Please, I
I
haven't
think mostly
done
action.
the second one. Some people tricked me into watching the first one, that macho shit. I'm looking at you, Jonathan. Among others.
Given the way 3 ended, I'm hoping real hard that they go pretty anti-capitalist with number 4.
Yeah, I hope so too. Yeah.
Which one?
John Wick.
Oh.
I hope they go pretty anti-capitalist.
Wait, there was a plot in the other ones.
I mean,
enough of one to like tie the events together.
It's a plot. It has a plot the same way porno that has a story has a plot. Like it's in the background, but it is there.
Like the first one.
It's there's not really a plot. They're just having fun building the world and having action sequences.
Yes.
I remember I used to joke
the
with my
world building
friends
is very fun.
About
they've
Steven Seagal
got
movies
all
that,
this mystical shit, and it's just a magic world of assassins, basically.
I think it'd be fun to play a role playing game in that world, to set a game there. I don't know what system you'd use.
I like occult shit, so
given the way guns and martial arts are so prominent. What do you call it? The system,
Pathfinder
Friday Night Fight system that's used for the Cyberpunk 2020 might be pretty good for it.
I just bought that game like this week, actually.
Yeah, they re-released it when 77 came out.
Yeah.
And I finally got a copy that doesn't have mold on its pages, so I was able to throw away my old copy.
Nerd.
Oh wow! Yeah, because Keanu Reeves is also in Cyberpunk 2077, right? So
yeah, but it's Keanu Reeves is such a kind marshmallow, and he's playing Johnny Silverhand, who is the worst person.
No, he's one of the best person.
The worst person. No. Keanu Reeves is really good. Johnny Silverhand is
his character
huge asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Can he play an asshole though? Can he play?
Not very well.
Sorry. I'll be back in 1
Not
second.
very well is the answer to that.
I know.
question.
That was a joke.
yeah, he's like always a good guy, isn't he? In all his movies, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
There's another one where he played kind of a bad guy. I think it's like
he was the antagonist in Much Ado About Nothing.
I don't think I've seen that.
That's so funny.
It's okay.
But he wasn't like he was like the bad guy in a just a dumb gangster guy, and it kind of fit there. Like get the name of the movie. Fuck.
Don't know. Keanu Reeves has been around for a long time too, so it's just like he's done a lot of movies.
Yep.
And he also has a band too that he plays bass for. Dog Stars.
Gary Oldman?
Yeah. No, Keanu Reeves is the bass player.
Okay.
In Dog Star, yeah.
I really like I like Keanu Reeves as a person, but I don't really like his acting that much.
It's one note. It's one of those things where it's just like when you get Keanu Reeves, you get Keanu Reeves. So you just like either you cast him well so that like he fits the role, or you are just going to have Keanu Reeves be that role, as a word. There's other actors are character actors that will create a character for that role, as were. But most everyone else, like Kevin Costner, Keanu Reeves, Harrison Ford, and stuff like that, you're just getting that person to play the role.
He has a very limited range, and
Yes,
so
exactly.
long as he works within that range, he is perfectly acceptable. He's not even great. He's perfectly acceptable.
Yeah.
The worst thing I saw him in was in a romantic movie. I don't remember what it's called.
Sweet November.
Yeah, he's so bad in that movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's with Charlize Theron too.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah, he's
Jason
Canadian.
Isaacs, actually. And yes, he is probably like 60 now, Deva. Maybe a little less.
Keanu
but
Reeves?
yeah.
I think he's 50.
56, according to Wikipedia.
Yeah, he's older than I thought he was when I looked up the
Yeah,
other
yeah.
day. But,
He is closer to 60 than 50. And but he still looks like he's 40. It's
Yeah.
maddening.
just I think
I
what
mean,
Keanu
when
Reeves
you
is,
have money, I guess.
he's like really mixed, and I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the fact that like his father is actually Hawaiian, and because my friend is Hawaiian, he gets mad when people don't recognize that. I'm like, okay.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah.
I guess he was born in Beirut too as well, but he grew up in Canada. I mean, I think his mother is English too as well. He has 3 passports, I think.
It's Metis, right? Is not white. Well,
yeah. Born in Beirut.
He's Hawaiian, I think Chinese, and English, because his mother is from England, and she's like she's a mix of a couple different things too. But he's kind of I thought he was like Japanese at one point, or then someone said he's Iranian, but then no, he's like just a mix of yeah.
Is what he is. He is a very bad actor, but he's pretty.
And he's a really swell guy.
Yes, he's a very amazing person. And I actually liked him in
Matrix?
No, really not. I hate that movie. I hate that
Bill and
franchise.
Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Constantine, thank you.
Oh yeah, he
Jonathan
was amazing
knows
in that.
me.
Like that was like ideal casting.
Yes.
I feel the same way with
it's
John Wick.
not.
Like because he is like he can't do big, like he can't act big remarkably. Anytime he plays a character who is stoic, he's good.
Yeah, he's very good in Constantine.
He doesn't act big. He's good at subtle acting.
I know that,
but that's all he can do.
At not acting, you mean?
Not acting.
No, that's not it. It's mono-expressive,
Yes.
He's very good at one expression, and it's the one in Constantine, like slightly annoyed, non-expressive guy.
Yeah, just like Steven Seagal, who has only one expression as well.
Yeah, but Steven Seagal is a piece of shit. So
agreed. Yes.
Can you win?
He's a fascist. Like he went over to Russia to be one of Putin's like big supporters or something. But I used to joke with people that like porno has more plotline than a Steven Seagal movie does, because if you watch any of his films, especially the ones now, they're just devoid of.
I didn't get any of what you said, Tim. You speak way too quick for me.
I used to joke that like Steven Seagal movies have like less plotline than a porno.
Oh yes, I'm pretty sure that's
there's like brain dead action movies, especially like the ones he does now, like those like direct to video ones that he does.
Yeah. Yes, I know, Miss Real. The fans of the comic book hated the Keanu Reeves Constantine. I don't care. I didn't read the comic, so
I didn't either.
Actually even preferred the movie than the series, who is apparently very faithful to the comic. I don't care. Real.
Isn't Constantine like in like the Arrowverse or in some way? I thought like they had worked him in. I thought,
yeah, they brought him in after Constantine got canceled. They brought him in for a couple episodes of Arrow, and then they made him a member of the cast of Legends.
Okay,
nice.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole thing. That's
the actor in the series.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they brought him in as Constantine, John Constantine.
Oh, nice.
Because
I
you know
stopped
everybody loved the
watching
actor and the
Legends.
work he did. It's just the show was mediocre.
That'll get you every time.
I don't know. I heard the people who liked the comic book thought the show was very good, but
It just
I
didn't get the
watched the
ratings.
Better
pilot
than the
and I
movie for
didn't
sure.
like
That's
it.
all I
So,
know.
which
then
is
I'm
weird
easily
because I
bored
usually
by,
love that kind of shit with angels and stuff like that. Lucifer. I'm a sucker for that fucking show.
That's still going, isn't it? Like I
Yes,
think
that's
they
still
got.
going. Yes, on
I
Netflix.
couldn't believe it when I saw on Netflix that it's like new episodes. I'm like, oh my god, really? Anyway, but
Yeah, Netflix bought it to make a new
that's
season
why
because the
they buy
fans
everything,
were so
man.
pissed off that it was cancelled. And the fourth season isn't as good as the three first, but it's still Lucifer. So I don't care. It's funny. It's irreverent. There's sexual
The
jokes
CW
that I
buys a
can
lot of shows that
understand. So
people,
I'm all for it.
they get kicked off other networks. Like they took over Supergirl from. I guess they'd already had like the Arrow for a while, but they just kind of added it.
Yeah, I
you
think
know.
they took Flash too, no?
It might have premiered there too. I don't know, but I know that Supergirl was on like ABC at one point or something like that, and then for a couple of years, and then it got like pretty good ratings, I thought, and then it dropped off, and so the CW said, "Oh, that's great ratings for us. So we'll take it over," and they kind of just began the home.
Well,
with
I mean,
the
the thing
CW,
is, the rest of the Arrowverse was on the CW, and it made it really hard for them to do crossovers.
So
yeah,
they had wanted Supergirl on the CW for a
I
while.
stopped watching all that because really Arrow was too much for me. It's too serious. It takes itself way too seriously, which is too bad because I used to like Flash, and I haven't watched Supergirl yet, but I don't know that I will.
I think the original plan was to work it into like the Snyderverse. That's why it's so like so edgelordy at first, and then because it premiered in 2012, just before Man of Steel, I think.
Well, it's a crime show, Jordan. So yes, it's very cop-loving. I learned to appreciate. I learned to appreciate that, you know, cops that don't exist, fictional cops.
Fictional cops
are the only good cops.
Yeah, exactly.
And not always.
So HBO is maybe doing a Bloodborne series. That's interesting because there's lore there to like do, but it's just
man, and
I don't know. Every time something airs on HBO, I'm afraid it's going to be overly sexual.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, it wasn't Bloodborne. Never mind. Crap.
Most like premium cable shows, not just HBO, are it's just full of nudity. Anyways, it's kind of how it's always been.
No, I heard another news that I forget the director who's going to be doing it, but Bayonetta is another thing that I heard.
They're doing a Bayonetta show.
Probably not show. I think it's going to be a movie.
Who?
Okay.
What?
Bayonetta, video game character.
I forget the director.
He's like a 7-foot-tall nun in stiletto heels whose costume is actually her hair, and her fighting style turns her hair.
Oh, Bayonetta! Oh my god!
She's not a nun.
They want
She's
to make
a witch
Bayonetta
that dresses
a movie?
up as a nun.
It's going to
a very
be a
sexual
porn.
show, but it's just like full of like sexual jokes in the windows, and it's like a very like
if it's not a porn, it's not Bayonetta, no.
Besides,
it could be. Besides, it probably is if it hasn't already been made into one. You know, I'm
sure Brass has made one. Yeah, if they got the rights to it, yeah. Because like they already did like other like video game like porn parodies as well.
Pretty much everything is a porn parody, right? So
that were mansplaining to me that Bayonetta was actually very feminist. You know.
You see, the thing is, like, it's Bayonetta is done by like Platinum Games, and Platinum Games also has done the Nier games, like Nier Automata. And the director of Nier Automata, why he like designed the female characters like that? He likes looking at pretty girls. At least he's honest for his reasons.
Yes,
That's all that like some curates care
Because-
about. If you're honest with your reasons for
No,
why,
but I
And
mean,
I wish we would
okay,
hear something about the
Bayonetta
third
is
Bayonetta game
cool
because
and
they
she's
announced it
badass,
like
but-
2 or 3 years ago, and then we haven't heard nothing about the third Bayonetta game for a while. So I'm like, come on,
Yeah.
Nintendo, what the hell? Anyway,
yeah, exactly. And Nintendo has the rights to it because they did invested on being a
Is there a cat with you, Ellie?
Yes.
Where is she?
She's on the floor, and I'm trying
Oh,
to get it.
I see her tail.
Trying to get the
I'm
camera on
trying
there.
to get her to come up on the table, but she might not.
Oh, if she doesn't want. Is that you, the painting behind you?
Yes,
It's beautiful. I love it.
I don't talk much about the fact that I have an art education because I don't really paint anymore that much.
I would love to speak with you about that one day if you want. Not on cast, I mean. Just...
Yeah, but it's just that I had a job for a short while at a sheltered workshop where I did embroidery, and that kind of damaged my hands.
Oh,
so
you can. Yeah, I know. That's why I do fluid acrylic now. I can't paint anymore.
Yeah, it's like I would love to get back, but it's like it's annoying when you damage your hands and you can't really hold a paintbrush anymore. As well. It's I wish I hadn't had that job.
No, but I have an art education too, and I have no one to talk to about it.
Yeah.
I'm missing having friends who had a formal education in art because I really enjoy art history and I can talk about it.
Yeah, but
no one. It makes me sad.
It's like I can't talk about art history, but my art education was more like practical. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah. But I can't talk about art history because my teachers were artists. And they constantly like talked about like art history, and we went to museums and stuff.
Oh, cool!
Nice.
Yeah.
I was such a nerd for art history because when I went to costume school, we learned about costume history, but also about art history, and I was sort of sucker for that.
Yeah, but also I had really bad burnout from like stuff that just happened. So I haven't really painted in such a long time, and
yeah,
it's
same.
Like, I try to do some, and it's like it doesn't feel right. You know what I mean?
And I really like the abstract one that is hidden.
Oh yeah, but I will show you, but it's a bit it's a bit violent maybe, but I will show you.
If you want to, I don't want you to be to feel obligated.
I do appreciate art too, because like that's one thing I kind of like did a little studying on in high school too. I did an art project. I did actually my art project on Jackson Pollock.
Oh, cool! I didn't know that.
And so I can see this better.
Who is hitting?
Step into frame.
I think it's Tim. Tim's eating.
Sorry.
I can hear you chew. A tampon. Oh my God, you're going to trigger Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, I am sorry for the bloody tampon, but this was actually painted last year, just at the start of the lockdown.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, it was a painting I had going for quite a long time, and then I just felt like, oh screw it, I'm going to do something else with it, and I really liked what I actually did with it.
What else is in
I
the?
really like it.
What else is in the circle with the hand with the tampon?
It's a tentacle. I think.
Okay, neat.
Yeah, and yeah, but most of my paintings are like that. And when I got a job at at a sheltered workshop, I couldn't really paint that and sell my paintings. So I ended up painting Tintin, which
yeah, I get it, honestly.
It was like I felt like I was dying on the inside because it was just they didn't want my art. They wanted me to copy someone else, and it
Oh,
sucked.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Way to kill people's creativity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because
Valerie
sell-
says, I tried to draw a person and it turned into just a big vagina. Then try again. I mean, big vaginas are cool, but if you try it to draw a person, it shouldn't look like a big vagina.
Mm-hmm.
a vagina is a part of some people, but yeah.
Yeah, Metro says that's a really good painting, Illy. So yeah.
Yeah, I love symbolism. I think it's my favorite type of
Yeah.
painting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I liked it, but it was like I don't know what happens sometimes with art teachers. Sometimes they go completely off the rails, and I had one at the school that I went to who I don't know what happened, but she turned into this very angry, very ableist person all of a sudden, and it was just not good for any of us because we were all disabled at that school.
Oh, fuck.
So I don't know
It
what
was a
happened.
teacher?
Yeah, it was a teacher, and I don't
Well,
know.
she wasn't at the right place then.
No, and she had been a pretty good teacher, and then I don't know what happened. I think she had some personal problems, but
Yeah, that's not an excuse, but yeah.
yeah, but she would have been the kind of person who would be a massive turf if I met her today. I'm sure of it. She was just like feminist in that way. Do you know what I mean? Like where
Yes, I get exactly. Yes.
Yeah. So
I know those people. I've been to school with those people.
Yeah. But
I get you.
So I just kind of stopped. I would like to paint again because I used to enjoy it, but it's just now it's just like, oh no.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? We should vow that in the future we should maybe try to get together and paint together. I don't know how because we are two massive cripples.
Yeah.
But I'm sure we will have a lot of fun.
Yeah, that would be really nice though. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
when I went to costume school, we had a prep year where all the artistic students were. It was just after my my high school graduation, and so we were with the fine art students, and those were so fucking insufferable.
Yeah, I can imagine. I've had a lot of insufferable art teachers. I also had awesome art teachers, but some of them, oh my god.
Bless you.
Bless you.
And
you still heard that? I took the headset off and everything. Damn, that was a loud sneeze.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, those kittens are so cute. Oh my god, there's one with stretching on the left.
Just kind of looked at me as I sneezed.
My
like,
cats
what?
now. Okay, what's their name?
This one here is Rumbles.
Mm-hmm.
And this one with the white booties is Pokey.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, they're really sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I made a sim yesterday who has a cat, and the cat has a random named narrator in the Sims, and the cat was named Cosmo. And I find it such a cool name for a cat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cosmo would be a good name. There.
I found a nickel.
That's you know this interesting thing that like in high school I just like studied Jackson Pollock because he seemed like a cool artist and was the abstract expressionist and the only art movement that came from America that actually overtook the art world in Europe as it were. But what I found interesting just recently, like in the past year or so, I was like Yeah, the CIA or something like that was like propping up Jackson Pollock and like finance him so that they can have like counter propaganda against like what Russia was doing as it were. Here's a great American artist as well. So I want to dive into that history and check out that aspect of it. But no, I enjoyed Jackson Pollock's like art as well. Because I didn't like actually bought the stool that I used to paint. The stool is kept at the school, which is fine because like I wouldn't have a place to put it. But like I now wish I have like a pictures of the stool that I painted.
You didn't take a picture of it.
I probably will just like maybe I can like research and find like the artist that's like my art teacher or something like that, or go to like the school's like a webpage and see if it's like there.
I mean, what did you tried to make a painting in the style of Jackson Pollock?
No, I didn't. I'm not painting a stool. I just like took an old wooden stool and just like they did each side, and just like Jackson Pollock, a dripper, just dripped painting on it and something like that. Yeah.
I was going to be mean and say you can make another one. It's not difficult.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, exactly.
I'm not really into Jackson Pollock's art, but I'm still interested in it just because I don't. It's not like where we talk about manga and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
For me, painting is different. Even the stuff I don't like, I'm still interested in.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, Jackson Pollock's stuff is ugly as fuck. I, in my opinion, but I still find it. I don't know. It provokes something in me, and even if it's not an agreeable, a nice feeling, it's something. Art is there for that. It should provoke something, a feeling.
It's so funny to me, people who say stuff like, "I could have painted that," and it's like, no, you maybe you could, but it's like
it's not about the skill; it's about the imagination to do it.
Yeah, and it's also like all of these people who deride like kind of abstract art and like non-figurative art, they always forget that the people who do the abstract art can actually, most of them, draw really well. Because that's part of the training to become an artist. You need to be able to have these skills to do
also
stuff.
It's quite ableist. A lot of people don't have the physical ability to do something else than abstract. That doesn't mean they're bad artists.
No, it doesn't. There's a big difference between you can see when it's people who have worked on their abstract art or if it's someone who hasn't. I can tell anyway immediately if someone has put work into something or if you have just
thought. I mean,
all thought.
With fluid acrylic, you can do a painting honestly without doing much work in itself. But I mean, choosing the colors, or you're going to apply them, and in which order, it's a process that not two people will think of the same color combinations and stuff like that. And I think it's interesting, just as interesting as someone who knows how to draw a person, for example, very well.
But the most important skill is knowing when to stop painting. Because
I have issues with that.
it's the most difficult skill to master. I think is to know,
because you can ruin something so quickly.
Oh yeah, and it's like I did some portrait painting too at my old work. I painted a couple of people, and I hated when people came in the middle stages where everything was just ugly, because there's always an ugly middle stage where everything is just like complete poop.
Yes. And people are like that. Oh, that's nice. And you're like, no, it's shit for now. Shut up.
And it's like that's also something I kind of couldn't cope with that place that I worked at.
I so get you. I couldn't have been an artist for a living, for real.
It was also like feeling like a circus horse. I don't know if you know what I mean, that you get shown off and people say, oh, look at Illy, we taught him blah, blah, blah. And it's like, No, you didn't.
Do you? You probably know that song that as you like poppy stuff, the Dance Monkey one.
Yeah.
That's how you feel.
Yeah,
Dance for me, dance for me, dance for me. Oh.
Yeah. So something like that. I just ended up feeling like a circus horse. So I sort of didn't want to do it anymore. Yeah, and that's the only skill. And that's the only skill I really have, and that's also why I can't really get another job, because I don't really have other skills. So that's.
I don't think that's true that you don't have other skills. I think you don't have other skills that you can monetize. It's not the same thing.
Yeah, but it's also like I pursued art very young out of school, so I don't really have a lot of other schooling, which is a big problem if you want to get a job that requires like a more formalized
I don't know, unless you would
education.
have gone into computers. I don't know that it would have been easy to find a job anyways.
Yeah, it was just like yeah, I have certain regrets, but that's not important.
Yeah, and here I am. I still have never gone to like college, so it's just like that would just like take what I can like get and like find other ways.
Yes,
to, like...
but you have a lot of skill, Jonathan.
Yeah,
you're interested in a lot of stuff. You don't need to go to college to be talented in quote unquote, but to monetize it is very difficult.
That's the other part.
I mean, I know how to do so many things, but none of it is I can monetize. So what the fuck do I do?
And
I used to be able to sew, but I can't do it anymore. My hands can't take it. My back can't take it because it's a difficult job.
Yawns. Sorry.
my mom does like so. She actually made my blanket, my quilts that I had for a long time. I don't have it anymore.
So cool. Quilts are very difficult too.
Yes, and like even she can like do a rush job where she's not like stitching things, but like do like a kind of quick ties as it were, and but that can still take a week as opposed to a month of like making it.
How is she feeling? Oh fuck. 1, 2, 3. How is she feeling it in her back and hands?
Actually, I found out that like she also has like fibro as well. So it's like there's that.
Fibro.
Yes, my mom has fibro.
Oh my god, how is she doing? Oh my god.
I tried to call her last week actually for Mother's Day, but I left a voice message, and we also gave her a gift that she needed, like a Blu-ray player to be able to watch Blu-rays. But like I should talk to her as well. But like it's like she does still do embroidery. I think she does have the embroidery machine. And
it's less training. That's why I learned to knit actually when I couldn't sew anymore.
Oh yeah. So it's like I used to remember doing that sort of things as a kid. That she would show me how to do that sort of thing. I need to like pick up the skills again to be able to do that, so I can like.
It's a good skill to have. Knitting, sewing.
Yes.
I'd be essential in a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, exactly. I did so actually in like Cub Scouts too. My sewing badges never like fall off. That means that pocket I sewed the badges onto can't be like used, but that's fine.
Oh, the kitties are wrestling.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying to earlier.
See you soon, Miss Rio.
Take care, Mithro. That's a good point. Like Jordan, I used to be really into like painting on a computer. Let's see.
Yeah, me too. I still have my.
The graphic art pad broke. Oh, yeah.
It cost me so much. I paid it in for
installments
in 4 months. 4 months.
Okay.
It cost me 4 months because it's a Wacom and they're fucking expensive. Okay, it's ridiculous. But
yes, software in general is like expensive as hell. But you know
what?
Software itself is
in general is just very expensive.
Yeah, but the software you can download it. You can download a fucking Wacom tablet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. That's.
I guess you're not a pirate, I guess, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure there's like some free programs that like people can use.
Actually, there's
Yeah.
one that's called what's the name of that thing? It's a new Kryta, Kryta, and apparently it's made by artists, by digital artists, and it's free. And apparently it's very, very good. I haven't tasted it yet because honestly, I'm so used to Photoshop.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I have the energy to try to learn a new program now.
Are you paying for that, or are you still using like a perpetual copy, like a student copy?
Photoshop CC 2015. So.
Before they had the perpetual license.
Yeah. So I still have that one, and it's one I had a license when I was at school that I could use, and so it had a 3D computer programs too. So I had a license for 3ds Max, actually, 3D Studio Max, but it was like 20 years ago. So
yeah,
I've been using like Apple has something called Acon, which I used for a little bit, which is not as good as Photoshop, but it's perfectly fine for
it's free. Or
I think Apple has a pay one too. It's like Procreate or something like that.
Oh yes, Procreate.
Yeah.
But it's more like Illustrator than Photoshop.
Oh,
it's a vector one, I think.
And it's just like I have this huge iMac I bought several years ago because I thought I wanted to do a graphic art on my computer, and it's like I haven't really done anything, and now I'm sort of I mean the next computer I'm buying is going to be considerably smaller because it just takes up so much
also
room.
Don't buy Apple.
Yeah, I'm not buying another Apple because
you can't tweak it, and
no,
don't buy their computers is what I would say probably.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we creepers, we need computers, okay?
Yeah.
But it's the most expensive on the market. Usually, their computers are, right? And
Apple's products, are.
There's pros and cons for
not just computers. You mean? Oh, sorry, I didn't understand what you were saying. I misunderstood.
No.
Okay, I got you.
Don't not buy computers. Don't buy Apple computers.
Don't buy their computers. Yeah, because when the batteries die, they're like it's a pain to replace them anyway.
Yes, but a few years back, honestly, if you wanted to do graphics arts on computer, you had to buy an Apple.
Yeah, it was.
You had honestly, the iMac was really a good computer for that. Now, it was a long time ago.
I can see that. Yeah.
It was a long time ago. Now it honestly, don't buy Apple.
When it comes to like iPhones, I find their phones are like pretty decent.
Yeah,
I never own one.
I can't afford
wife
that
has.
shit. So
I know.
I bought $150 phone. So.
Yeah, okay. I get that. Yeah, my wife bought last year's model, brand new.
Like the 11, yeah.
Just like straight up bought it because she didn't want to deal with a contract because we, so she just saved her money and paid like. Well, I have a buddy who works for an Apple store, so he got a discount, so it was a little bit less than it would be normally. So still, it's quite a chunk of change, as you can probably imagine. Anyway,
where the fuck is John?
I have no idea
where John for a while
because I can see his video. Right, I can see Jonathan. I can see him, but on the cats too. But
I don't know where John Brockman is. I hope he's like back soon, or is like not incapacitated or something like that, or maybe he was taking the dog out for a walk and is going to like back.
Or maybe he's following Tom's advice and he's fucking himself. Not online, John. TMI.
The highlight of my week every Sunday is being told to fuck off by an old man. So anyway,
oh,
I guess it is these days anyway because things are so
It's like being at work in the healthcare field.
I have to work at home now because like they closed their office because like the COVID exploded here again. Actually, well, I should say it exploded for the first time because it never really exploded in this province in Canada ever at any point because I live on the East Coast.
What do
and it
you
was
do
never...
now, Tim? If you're not a teacher anymore?
Oh, for the last like I'd say about 3.5 years straight now, I've been working for the federal government of Canada in different roles.
Oh, okay.
I was in the tax department for a while, which is called the Canada Revenue Agency, and then I went over to another one of the bigger departments called Social Development and Employment Canada, or sorry, I mean Employment and Social Development Canada. Pardon me.
Okay.
And
so you
I'm
do
in
like office job, like
normally, yeah. I my job is like not I don't deal with the I deal with the public sort of. I call them though because I have to interview
okay.
when companies want to hire somebody like a foreign worker, because I work for the temporary foreign workers program, is one of our departments and our divisions, and I have to like investigate these employers to see if they're not they're gonna treat these workers properly.
Oh, he's here. Were you napping?
Pretty much. I had the headphones on, but I wanted to lie down, so I was lying down.
So basically, I deal with like companies that want to hire, foreign nationals and make sure they're going to treat them properly. That's what my job essentially.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's fulfilling, I should say. But
I just got your pun, David, and that's disgusting.
It took me like 10 years, but I got capitalism out of my work life anyway. So
yeah.
Now he just works for the state.
Hey, everyone has to.
I joke, but I also work for the state, so.
Yeah, I was trying to. I'm like, I'm anti-capitalist, so I should probably get capitalism out of my life as soon as possible.
Yeah, but you're a nurse. Joe,
yeah,
your job is not a bullshit job. Poor Tim does a useless job.
I'm a nurse. I'm a nurse in a involuntary mental hospitle. So.
Oh, okay. My sister's a nurse in a
much work
regular
for the
hospital,
state, so.
but she used to work in burns, and then she got tired of that because it was too traumatic, and then she went over to pediatrics, and then she's on mat leave because she had a kid about a year ago. But yeah, so she's going back soon though. So just funny because this year my wife is having her baby, so or / prior to, but yeah.
To be clear, Tim, I was joking. I don't think you're useless.
It's not useless to these companies because they often need to hire because it's like restaurants, a lot of it, right? And then they can't find someone to take their cook job because we're too spoiled here in the West, So to work at a restaurant anymore, so they got to bring in like, Indians or Filipinos or whatever else,
Actually, we've been seeing in some places we've been seeing a lot of like signs for like hiring or like we can't we're closed down because like no one wants to work for us. No one wants to work for your shitty wages. To some McDonald's have like a incentive bonus, a hiring bonus of $1,000, a hiring bonus which just gets paid.
So 500.
Yeah, and they often these restaurants or whatever will offer this to these people coming over to hire. Some of them are already here because they're not always. Basically, if anybody's not a permanent resident or a citizen, needs to go through our program, and so it's a lot of people. And but like a lot of them are like just like, oh, people are lazy, you don't want to work because they're on CERB, the program that government had to replace people's wages who lost their job. Oh, except pays more than our job because you're not paying them enough. I want to tell them, I can't tell them that because I'm not supposed to be. I'm supposed to be a professional and be impartial. But when me and the other officers talk about it, we we're called program officers or POs. I thought it was kind of funny because a PO usually means a parole officer. So we call ourselves POs, but we're not like pro. So I don't say that outside of work because people look at you funny. Like, no, I'm not a parole officer. I just work this program. So anyway.
I mean, guys, not only have like there's some Burger Kings are offering coupons of a free sandwich for an employment application.
Oh my God!
But it's like, it's got because I want a free burger if I am getting employment from like Burger King. But what's like kind of insidious is like one McDonald's or something fast food joint put up a sign saying like, hey, parents, you got a 14-year-old or a 15-year-old that's not doing anything at the house? Hey, give them a job application to our shop.
Oh my
God,
god.
when I saw you post that, I'm like,
Give us your
oh,
children.
please be
Yeah,
fake. Please be
children
fake.
labor. Oh my god. Fucking
Yep.
America.
Yeah, a lot of the fast food joints that apply to our program, they put like free food as like one of the benefits, even though that's not what we mean. We mean like dental or like some medical insurance. Those are benefits to
kittens,
us.
I'm sorry,
But
but
people-
those kittens are distracting.
They are so
Yeah.
adorable. But when
Where
they're
is the
not laying
big
down
girl?
like this,
It's been so
they're
long since I
so
had a cat.
naughty.
Yeah,
Joe,
I
where is
grew
the
up
big
with them
girl?
a lot, but
What's that?
The big girl, where is she? What have you done with her?
She is not fond of the kittens. She
Yeah.
thinks that they are replacing her. So she'll like
well, they
come by.
invade her territory, so give her time.
Yeah. She'll like come by and she'll like yell at them, and when they
Oh.
don't move because they don't know to move, she'll
Yeah,
just like, "Oh,
usually
fuck," and then she
kittens are
wanders off.
easier than full-grown
so
cats, but
they're how old now? These two that we're looking
2
at.
months.
Yeah,
2 months.
they're
Wow,
like
they're bigger than I
2
thought they'd be.
They're like 2 to 3 months old right now.
I
Okay.
think that
I don't remember how long it's been since we got them, but we got them when they were 6 weeks old.
They're big.
Okay.
They look big anyway.
Yeah.
2
Yeah,
months
they're probably
kitten are
closer to-
big.
They're
No.
probably closer to 3 now, really, but
Okay. Geez, they grow up fast. I
they
it's been
really
almost-
do.
since I
They're
had a cat, but
cuddling. Oh my god!
um,
Look at them
there's-
cuddling. I can't even. My cats now.
that reminds me of a story. One time, one of the cats I had, which actually lived like over 20 years old, back in like
Oh.
97 when we first got her. When she was 9 months old, she got out of the house and she got pregnant.
Oh no.
And I thought to myself, as
That's
like
why
as a
you have
13-year-old,
to
I'm
fix
like,
your cats
I didn't
when
think that
they're
was
young.
I didn't think that was possible, but my mom was like, yeah, cats can do that. I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
So,
They
but-
can
what do you
become
call it?
pregnant
And-
when they're still
and-
kittens.
and like way into the I had a I
It
lived in a
takes humans
small
like 12 years at least or more to get that ability. It's kind of funny, but anyway, I guess
I lived in a fairly small town, and one of my coworkers from there had old cat. She ended up being finally passing away when she was 26.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
And
That's a long
she
time
had
ago.
her last litter of kittens when she was 23.
Oh,
yeah, it's
shit.
crazy. They can
How did you survive that?
My cat
know,
only ended
right?
up having the one litter though, and that was like
And she probably would have kept having kittens, but at after that last batch, she stopped wandering outside and finding mates. So she just became an indoor cat and then stopped having kittens.
yeah.
I love seeing Geek yell at David in the chat.
Mhm, yes.
You never yell at David, but sometimes he
so-
goes so far that you do.
Suffice to say, my parents never made that mistake ever again with any of their pets, and they had them fixed for it, and it could never happen to them ever again. So
Also,
they
it
learn from that.
usually makes their life longer because females, everyone they get go in heat, they lose some years because their chances of having ovarian cancer go up with every
makes
hit.
sense.
Yeah.
So obviously it wasn't a problem for that cat who was 26 years old.
I know, right? Maybe if you regularly have kittens, the risk is less. I don't know.
No, that's not a thing. But I mean, some cats, the oldest cat is 30, and you should Google him, the oldest cat.
Oh
I
my
don't remember
goodness.
his name, but it's a very fluffy cat. He's so cute.
Oh,
So,
fluffy
is it
cat,
the same
that's
with people too? Like the more they have kids, they can get ovarian cancer, or is that just for cats?
I don't know for pit bulls. I don't know anything about dogs. I like them, but far away from me.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
not because I don't like them or anything, because I just don't like the relationship you have with a dog.
Mhm.
But so I'm not very informed about their needs. But I know cats, female cats, you have to fix them young because they die young otherwise.
Mhm.
Mine did. She died at 11 of ovarian cancer, and she had the exact same life as Merlin, who died at 18. So
Yeah, weird how that works out
because she
sometimes.
wasn't fixed and he was.
Now the oldest cat being like 30, and a fluffy cat, that's kind of interesting because like most of the like world's oldest cats like would live to 34, so that usually are Sphinx cats. So just like not much.
Shut up, David.
What did you say?
Cats get old very quickly. Fuck you. Don't start talking shit about cats, David.
Like the movie says, don't fuck with cats or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, the Cats movie.
Oldest cat alive. His name is Rubble. He's a Maine Coon, and he's 31. And he's one of those Maine Coons that look like Ron Perlman.
Because don't female cats usually live longer, probably on average? I mean,
no, female cats usually live not longer.
Also, it's the opposite of people, okay? Because with people it's different, right? Women usually live
but
longer.
it's not a biological thing. Men live men die younger because you are jackasses.
I was gonna say, yeah, the at the upper end of lifespan, men don't technically live any longer, but on average, men live longer because they are more likely to die young.
Yes, because you are jackasses.
Okay, I heard different reasons, but anyway, okay. Because just speaking from a physiology standpoint, as you have a bigger body, it's harder for your heart to it wears out faster, basically.
That's bullshit, but
that
men don't have a bigger body.
That could be a contributing factor.
Nah.
I say that because as a fan of professional wrestling, a lot of them kind of die before their time because they do steroids and then
that's because of professional wrestling.
That's because of.
Well, a lot of them are men, though, right?
Not because of.
A lot of them men because like Vince McMahon sexist, and if they're female wrestlers,
although women's wrestling is a lot better than it's a much better place than it was in the past. I mean, when I was a teenager.
Can you put the screen share, John? I can't share my screen.
But I think it's the bigger contributing factor to the cause of like wrestlers who like die a lot younger than like most other professions.
Well, yeah, they have like these.
There's no off season for them.
And they also have like these inhuman bodies which are not natural because people. I'm glad that they today it's not like the 80s where they're like cartoon like Hulk-esque monsters. Today they're more like normal people who just work out and have physically so you can just get from working out instead of like just doing steroids all day. But anyway, that's another conversation.
Look, this is the oldest cat.
Oh, he's so cute.
Oh,
that's a giant cat too, isn't it?
It's a Maine Coon. Yeah,
they're big boys.
Now that we're talking about aging, I'm just thinking about how unfair it is that my mother, who has always been very, very fit, is the one who breaks bones all of the time. Almost, she just broke her wrist again.
I saw that you said that on Twitter.
Yeah, she broke it earlier this year, and now she broke it again, on Friday or something like that.
Oh.
Yeah, sometimes people's bodies just give out. Like my mother just turned 60, and she's had both knees replaced and both hips replaced, including like 3 weeks ago, in like the last 5 years.
It's just. And my father, who just sits still and does nothing. Of course, there's a correlation between my mother doing a lot of stuff and her falling over and breaking stuff. But
my father, same way too. He just goes on through life like nothing bad ever happened to him. He's never had any kind of issues at all, hardly. And my mom has all these problems, so it's kind of unfair, I suppose, in a way.
Women get osteoporosis too.
I don't know if that's her problem. I think the problem is that her balance isn't what it used to be, and she doesn't lift her feet when she walks. So she falls over.
Yeah.
She's 77.
She shuffles or yeah.
Yeah, and
she's 77 too. Oh.
Yeah, because she had me when she was 38. So it's like, yeah, she and it's just kind of she's been pretty fine up until now, and now it's just like.
I never broke anything.
Yeah, me either. I have not. To this
I don't
day
know.
broken
Yeah,
anything.
did you do roller derby? Because I did.
Yeah.
I
don't
played
know.
like a lot of like contact sports. I
Oh,
played like
okay.
like
I don't know how I
hockey,
managed.
basketball, baseball.
Yeah. Okay. I don't
Rugby
know how
for
I
a while.
managed to
I don't know how I didn't do it. I had other
not
friends who
break anything while
broke their
because
noses and
derby
everything. And,
is
yeah,
like
really violent. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very contact. Yeah,
it's brutal.
Of course,
I had
Tim,
my-
you play hockey because you're Canadian.
well, it's our national sport, right? Well,
Yeah.
it's the winter national sport because the summer one is lacrosse because we have two for some reason, but because lacrosse is like a big thing culturally because it goes back like the First Nations. I guess hockey does too, in a way. So we kind of like in our bid to be less assholes to natives, we try to like not acknowledge things like that. So
Of course. Yeah.
So instead of acknowledging their lands, you acknowledge.
Well, we've also been trying to work on that too a little bit too. But hey, even the British Crown acknowledged it because there's all these trees that we have to. They're honored to this day. They're made with the British Crown, which is one reason why they don't want the monarchy to leave because they're scared because those are deals that they made with the British Crown and not necessarily the Canadian government. So the British monarchy
That makes sense, actually.
Yeah, so a lot of First Nations are, at least the older ones, are pro-monarchy for that reason anyway. So,
I mean, that was actually part of the reason for the
yeah, I have mixed
American
feelings about
Revolution.
that, as you can imagine, right? So
yeah, exactly. As curling is the Canadian version of darts.
if you can drink and be out of shape and it's not really a sport.
I love watching curling in the Olympic Games because they look so silly with their broom. I
That's
love
been
it.
growing. No, I
just
remember when I was a
trying.
kid, it was like no one gives a shit about it, but it's worldwide now. And
I
like,
don't know. I only see it at the Olympics Games.
there's a third version of it too called mixed doubles now, which is just yeah, they invented this to make it like they put it in the Olympics too to make it more like because there's like 3 or 4 versions of hockey too, right? Field hockey, floor hockey, and then ice hockey, and then there's another one too. But so this is the third version of curling. And it's like yeah, it's instead of it being a team of 4 people, it's just a man and a woman on each team, and that's the whole team for
mixed doubles,
yeah.
Just like in tennis and all their sports,
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I don't know why they don't just have doubles curling, but they have mixed doubles, which is interesting. But yeah,
it's so fucking boring.
Yeah.
I actually love it.
I
It's one of my
hate
favorite
that
sports.
sport.
Actually,
I'm not a sport person.
my partner / wife, also she's a big Rafael Nadal fan, so we watched him play Novak Djokovic, and he won today, so she's really happy. So, but.
Yes, curling
I don't
is that thing.
understand why
Brooms.
roller derby isn't televised.
There was like a version of it on TV in the US in like the late 90s, 2000s.
Maybe it's because it's women beating up each other.
This was a woman version though that I used to watch this. It was like on it was called TNN, then it's called Spike. Now it's called the Paramount Network, I think, because Paramount has always owned it.
It's not a women's version. Roller derby is a women's sport.
Well, yeah. Well, this it was on TV that I thought like, oh, it's interesting anyway. But I actually worked with a lady back in my old job who actually did it as well. And yeah, Derby. Yeah, she did it. Yeah.
It's so fun. Honestly, I'm not an adrenaline junkie, but that's very gay. That's funny because I only realized in my 40s that I was really attracted to girls, but I did roller derby in my 20s. Like, yeah, no, you're totally straight, Julie. Yeah, right. Anyways.
it's so weird because
This
it's
lady
so
is,
entertaining, and
I guess, totally straight,
don't
but I
know
don't remember.
why.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's never taken off,
Because it's women.
well, I get
I'm telling
that,
you.
but it doesn't
telling
have
you.
to be only women. There's no
Yes,
reason
it
why
has
you
to
like,
be
couldn't
only
use the same
women.
sport with
Let
men.
Most female
fuck's
sports
sake,
don't
stop
get the
stop colonizing our stuff.
don't
No,
get
no,
like
no. I'm not saying
airtime,
we should. I'm just
honest.
saying there's
Yeah.
nothing about it that requires it to be only women.
No, but it's truly brutal, and men usually don't like truly brutal sports.
I used to watch it because and it was like it was pretty they get into it pretty good, and I talked to this woman I used to work
It's
with.
like
So
it's like women's soccer, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They don't
'Cause-
play on grass,
Oh my goodness.
Mhm.
and they get at it way more than the men, and they don't roll over.
Funny
at
about women's
the
soccer, at
ground
least
someone tackles them.
at least with Canada anyway, the men are terrible and the women are actually like much better and actually win things. So
Yeah, I think
we
in the US
we
too.
give
No,
them much more attention.
Mhm.
at
Yeah,
least in
yeah.
Canada,
The United States women's team is one of the
they
best.
they
and
Yeah,
won the World
the
Cup
United
last year, no?
States men's professional
are
soccer
terrible.
team is like
It's
I
terrible.
want to say like
basically.
right in the middle. Like
Yeah, they're not up there at all. It's the same thing with Canada's men's team too. They're middle of the road, mediocre white guys too. Well, I mean, it's different now though, but it's more mixed now. But yeah, that's a weird dichotomy. Honestly, I never really understood that. Honestly,
Well,
but
And to be
think
clear, I'm joking about the brutal thing, okay?
yeah,
Because American football is a thing.
if
right, hand eggs. And so that's
Oh.
I think was why like there's like not as much men taking up a roller derby because they already have a brutal sport that they can participate in and are encouraged to participate
there's like
in.
there's like
American
20
hand
to
egg.
pick from, right? So
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah,
they're well
David-
established. But
hockey's
David
pretty
says
brutal
curling
too.
is brutal.
well,
when
yeah,
they
it's
bring
the only
out the
sport
measuring device.
where they actually fight each other, and it's on a combat sport. So and it's part of.
I mean,
they're
hockey
trying to
is
get
pretty-
it out of
it's
it though.
pretty
Like they're
brutal,
trying to
too.
get. Oh yeah, they're trying to get the fighting out of the game because the Europeans never really do it, and the Russians do, and
Yeah, but it's
whatnot.
boring.
Mm.
Hockey is fun because that's fighting. I mean, the only sports I like are
The Czechs
rugby,
too, when
roller
people like
derby,
jump into
and
each
stuff
other and
like
like
that. I
but-
like when athletes beat each other.
I like watching the goals though. The part of the beauty of hockey is like seeing
I'm
guys
talking
shoot.
like Americans, Deva. Okay.
Oh, okay,
I'm outnumbered, so I say soccer.
okay.
It's
funny,
no,
they-
I say
the-
football.
Ellie
The
and
guy
I
who
are
scored the most
only
goals
ones
this
who
year
say
was an
football,
American
so-
guy on my
Yeah.
favorite team. Like he won like the goal scoring title, American guy.
Mm.
And I think like women's sports, like a lot when you see like when there's like a men's and women's version of something, like the women's version almost gets like almost no attention. Like basketball, the WNBA and NBA. They don't hardly anybody watches WNBA. And then like
Oh yeah, definitely.
golf, the LPGA and the PGA, same thing. But when it comes like there are some like I would argue in some ways that women's tennis is actually it's on par with men's tennis at least in some
yes.
respects.
Have you seen
yeah.
Amelie Mauresmo?
Yeah.
That might be because right now there's really no superstars in the
I know,
men's tennis
right,
world.
Deva?
It's just
Deva
been
is
that way
okay
for a
with
while
me.
though. Like
He
Yeah.
it's
says best moments of hockey is when they attack each other with the sticks. I agree.
I don't know.
Take the fighting
stick-
out of the hockey. It's not
the
fun
stick
anymore.
fighting. The stick fighting is really good, but oh man, the body checks are
yeah, the body
Oh,
checks.
the body
you just-
slamming.
That's gonna
the-
stay,
feel
but
that.
like
Oh
yeah.
No, but I don't.
Watching
talk
a guy
about
skate
that.
around
I'm
someone
talking
else,
about
though,
the
you know,
stuff that
but-
is allowed, the body slamming and the sticks and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Well, one sport that's also very fun to watch is wheelchair rugby, which is
Wheelchair
Which what?
wheelchair
Rugby.
rugby is
I
Oh,
didn't
that
know
must
that
be
was
so
a
cool.
thing.
yeah, it's
Huh.
it's so fun to watch because people crash into each other.
Yes.
Wheelchair
it-
basketball
it's-
is
The
interesting too.
melees must be so
Is that-
fun.
Is that played on a flat like floor surface or are the wheelchairs just designed to better handle grass?
No, it's played inside in like a gym hall on a flat surface because
Yeah, I'll
otherwise
have to
the
look into
wheelchair-
that. I want to see some videos of that. I
Yeah,
didn't know that was a
we-
thing that existed.
There's a version.
Every sport exists with wheelchairs, Joe.
Yeah,
that's fair.
there's even wheelchair football, which is played with like it's like this huge plastic ball, like a big beach ball, and it's played with people in power chairs.
Huh.
It's really
I
fun.
honestly, it didn't occur to me that rugby, because I've watched a lot of rugby, and a lot of rugby is like flat out ground play, where the people will be like tackled in a pile reaching for
The
ball.
scrums too, like where they actually like, wrestle each other in a way.
Cannot, like, because I have that picture in my head, it's hard to actually place what that would look like with
Well, you
wheelchairs.
crash into others' wheelchairs with your wheelchair.
Well, no. I mean, you could definitely, yeah.
Yeah,
Are you
it's like
joking, David, or is it true? Because David is saying that wheelchair rugby was originally called a murder ball.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I believe it.
there's
I
a
believe it.
documentary called that too about it as well.
It was called murder ball, and it's like that there are some specific requirements of the players. They can't be too good with their hands, for instance, and it's about a level playing field. But fairness in disability sports is like it's really fucked up. It's so complicated.
I can imagine.
Yeah, and it's like wheelchair rugby is mostly played by people with spinal cord injuries, who have like a limited hand function also, and like people with cerebral palsy, I think, also play wheelchair rugby, but you can't be too good with your hands.
There was a documentary film called Murder Ball itself from 2005.
Yeah, that's a good documentary too. I recommend that if you want to understand how that works. And
it's so fun. I actually I played it when I've sometimes had like a disability gym class.
Hey.
Yeah, but
there's a version of hockey that's played by disabled people called sledge hockey, where they're actually on like sledges, where with like
really on the ice.
Yeah, and like the skates are like on these boards, and it's like they have like two sticks in their hands, and it's fun to watch the sledge hockey.
Yeah,
I miss skating. I think I'm going to buy disabled skates too, because they redid the road just on the front of Mylin's house. The road is all brand new, and it makes me want to skate on it so bad.
Yep, I put the Wikipedia link in the YouTube live chat for like sledge hockey. It looks kind of cool, actually. Seeing the like skates that like they have for disabled people.
Yeah. I don't know how long it's been around. It's been around for like maybe a long time at this point, but like I just remember hearing about it one day, like 20 years ago. I'm like, oh, that's so interesting. And it's like in the like Paralympics and.
Okay, babes, it's almost 11 p.m. for me, and Ellie too. I think we are on the same time zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, our
so
European friends.
It's getting late for me, I have to say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going almost at like 3 hours, and quickly, sledge hockey was originally invented early in the 1960s at a rehab center.
Okay, it's older than I thought.
Because I leave doesn't mean you have to stop the cast if you want to go on.
I have to get going too, because I promised my partner we go for a walk before the sun went down, so I'll probably.
I need to move from my chair.
Before you go, I just want to let you know, roller derby is not just a women's sport.
Yes, it is. Stop it. Stop colonizing our things.
There are men's and women's teams.
Okay.
I know, but
that kind of makes sense.
Colonizing
Honestly,
our things. Roller derby is at its hours.
Well,
Stop it.
there was this shitty movie from like 2002 called Rollerball, which is sort of like the men's version of that. Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about an actual documentary. I thought you were talking about.
It stars like one of.
No, yeah, John. I know it's not just a women's sport. I'm just being a feminist bitch.
No, there was like.
I'm going to leave now. Oh no, there's a cat. No, a dog.
No.
It's a dog.
Now I kind of want to play a video game of the. It's not quite roller derby, but it's in Battle Angel. In that movie and comic.
Alita?
Yeah.
Anyways,
the
I
game
watched
they
that
play
movie
in
the
that.
other day for the first time ever. I'm kind of
shut
catching up
up!
on movies
I'm
I've
trying
watched.
to say goodbye.
Okay.
Well, you cut
I
you
know.
cut us off all the time too, so we're doing it
Yes,
to you
but
as
I'm
well.
trying to leave now. Let me leave.
No, yes,
Bye
you
bye,
can.
babes. I love you.
Bye,
Bye,
Leto.
Leo.
We love you too. Oh shit.
But I was, even though like Little says like, no, you don't have to like leave and end the show.
No,
because,
we
like,
should
Yeah,
probably
and-
go.
should.
This guy's getting,
Yeah.
I
We
think, a little
probably
bit
should.
antsy.
yeah.
Okay, so charity links page. I'll just quickly type in charity links page. Phoenix's like info is also there as like
Yeah,
they
please give them something because they need the second half of the adoption fee for their cat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is like their emotional support animal as well. So I can also repost like a Phoenix's like a GoFundMe specifically. I'm Summer Ending Geek, 3's instead of E's and Geeks on Twitter, YouTube, and like Twitch. I'm gonna be uploading more videos on YouTube eventually, and maybe streaming on Twitch later today. Probably just on a game because I've talked quite a bit as well. And yeah, and that's it.
See, Joe or Tom, do you have anything to plug? Ailey?
Tim.
No, not yet.
No, I don't.
I still got to get around to actually making something.
Tim, do you have something?
Sure. I do have a Twitter account, which is just my username at I talk Easter, spelled the same way as it's written here. And I'm also part of this podcast called the Disrespected Podcast, which is a game podcast and video game related topics. It was streamed on Twitch every Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern usually. So there's a difference, but you can join our Discord or join the Twitter at Disrespected Podcast.
Disrespected podcast.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, what was the podcast again?
The Disrespected Podcast.
Disrespected. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm on there sometimes. I'm like a solid member. I'm a guest star. I come on different times, but like the normal crew is pretty good too. They're all good people. Yeah.
Okay, I'll find that Discord later. The podcast, Disrespected Podcast later. So Disrespected Podcast. Okay.
Oh, sorry. The Disrespected Club. Pardon me.
Disrespect Club. Okay.
Sorry, guys. Yeah. Okay. No. Yeah. Disrespected Club. Yeah, it's a group we started a few years ago. A bunch of people. We were in different like video game communities, and we all came together and we started to start our own podcast. It's been about 2 years now. So.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Someone just followed me, I guess, from the show. So thanks to that person. Thanks, guys.
All right. And I guess that will do it.
Dungeons and Debacles.
Yep. I'm also participating in Dungeons and Debacles. We record on Saturdays and it gets released whenever Kevin gets around to editing the episode. All right.
Eventually.
We are saving the world from an evil red dragon cult. All right. And with that, everybody, take your meds, stay hydrated, masturbate, punch Nazis.
Goodbye, comrades and potential comrades.